So a lot has been happening in generative AI for the past 2 years. This year has been particularly crazy, if I can say the least. So what I wanted to do during this session is to give an idea of what all has happened in generative AI till now. Even though you are a technical person, non-technical person, irrespective of how much experience you have or which background you are, generative AI is going to help everyone. So this particular session is our effort to help you understand what is going on in generative AI currently. And we will also show you some exciting things that we have to offer through our courses and many other offerings that we have coming. So having said that, I'll not waste any time because we have too much to cover in the session. So this is scheduled for 2.5 hours. So what we will try to do is we'll try to cover everything within 1 hour, 1 hour, 40 minutes or something. It will be very interactive with a lot of quizzes coming in your way and so on and so forth. And we will also try to put some time aside for Q&A where we can have some amazing discussions about AI and other stuff as well. So having said that, so let me just quickly start sharing my screen and I'll start talking about the generative AI rewind session. Okay. So let me just pin the screen. Okay. So when I was designing this session, so what we thought was, should we go for a theoretical overview of what all has happened in generative AI? Or there were few ideas floating around with our team as to how we want to structure this. So then we thought, why don't we put this in terms of a story, right? So there has been a lot of things happening in generative AI, new models coming in, new open source models beating the general models, some new applications being unlocked. So, as an insider within generative AI, following the journey of many models and many companies over the past 2 years, so I will also be able to give you some inside story as to what is happening with few companies, which are going down, which are doing very well. All of those things. It will be packed with many insights that you would not otherwise get anywhere else. So that is what you can expect from this session today. So I'll just quickly start with an introduction of myself for the people who are new to this session or new to our Build Fast with AI workshops. So my name is Satvik. I'm founder of Build Fast with AI. So Build Fast with AI is primarily an organization that helps individuals and companies leverage generative AI, right? So this is what we do. So primarily my background is from IIT Delhi. So I studied both my bachelor's and master's there. Then I worked as a data scientist for 3-4 years. Then I worked a lot in the education sector during my college days. So currently I'm running Build Fast with AI full time. So what do we exactly do at Build Fast with AI? So Build Fast with AI, if I were to summarize what we do within a one line, I would just say we enable AI ideas to reality. And how do we do that? So there are a lot of initiatives and activities that we do. So one major thing that we do is our own courses. So we have designed many courses over the last 1.5 year to help people upskill with generative AI. So we do also consult with a lot of corporates and startups, and we also do a lot of training and free workshops as well. So the workshop like you are currently here. So till date, in just last 2024, we have done close to 100 plus workshops, and we have added more than 12,000 members to our community. And in this year alone, we have helped more than 10 plus companies and corporates with their generative AI transition. And me and the team included have built close to 150 plus AI applications, starting from simple POCs to applications that now are being used by lakhs of people. So this is what is a quick. This is the background of Build Fast with AI that I wanted you to know before. So I'll directly get into today's session right now, where I'll talk about the generative AI rewind stuff that you are all waiting for. So I'll set up some ground rules first. So first of all, don't sit with a doubt. So if there is any question or query about anything that I'm discussing, just try to mention it on the chat, or maybe every once in a while, every 5-10 minutes, I will also stop for questions. So you can directly unmute yourself and ask questions there, and try to participate actively in the discussion. So we have created a lot of quizzes and questions for this session. And at the end of the day, try to have fun. So we are all at the edge of starting of the holiday season, end of December. Uh, so let us try to make an effort to understand this and also have a lot of fun along the way. So that being said, so let me so I'll try to do a quick poll to understand the kind of audience that we have today, so that we'll be able to better cater to you. So I'll just quickly bring up some polls and quizzes so you can just help us understand who you are and what you do. So there are three options. What describes you the best? If you are a student, if you are a working professional with less than 5 years of experience or greater than 5 years of experience, you can just mention. So we have a very good participation today. We have within 30 seconds of launching the quiz, so there are 80% of people who are responding, so which is great. So I'll just wait for 10 more seconds to see if any more people are answering. Okay, so let me show you the results of the quiz. So this is where we are at. I think we have 40% who are students. We have 20% who are working professionals with less than 5 years of experience, and around 45% people who are working professionals with greater than 5 years of experience. So which is great. So let me ask one, two more questions, and then I'll proceed forward. So the next question is, what is your coding experience like? Are you someone who code regularly? Okay, I think we are seeing a very good participation again. So within 30 seconds, I think we have 80% people who are responded. So we have 13% coding experts, 26% who have never coded, and around 60% of people who are intermediate. So I'll just wait for 5 more seconds for you to answer. So, okay, so let me share this. So since we have a lot of questions, I'm just quickly running. So we have around 60% of people who are intermediate with their coding. We have 30% of people who have never coded, and 14% of people who are expert at coding. So that is also great. So let me just show one more final question to understand like what is the general work like or something. And let me go there. Okay, this is the final question before we get into it. So what describes you the best? Are you a software engineer, product manager, data scientist, senior executive, founder? So what describes you the best? Okay, we almost have a very good distribution across almost all the things. Okay, I think we have good participation already. So let me just show you the results as well. So we have 30%, one third of the people in the session are software engineers, around 10% product managers. We have what 12% who are senior executives or founders, so that is great to see. We also have data analysts and scientists of around 20%. That is also great. So, having said that, so I just have one more final question. So, how many of you want lifetime access to free AI updates? Or maybe how do you get lifetime access to updated AI content? So, if so, how do you get lifetime access to updated AI content? So option one is impossible. Second option is to enroll in our generative AI launchpad course. And the third option is spend 10 hours every day. Okay, I think we have good participation on this as well. So waiting for 5 more seconds. So there are good number of people who are also saying that they have to spend 10 hours on internet every day. So okay, I think and there are also people who believe that it is impossible. But again, what is the correct answer since we are doing this? So the correct answer is two. So if you enroll in our generative AI launchpad course, you will get regular updates about generative AI, and you will also get to learn how to use those technologies. So during the period of this session, I will also introduce you more concepts about generative AI and also how our generative AI launchpad can help you with that. So having said that, so let me directly jump into the topic of discussion today, which is generative AI rewind. So what I wanted to do is, I think in general, whenever we start events in India, we just have this tradition that we will start with a song. So what we will try to do is for this particular session, generative AI 2024 rewind session. So what I wanted to do is let us just create an anthem for this one session so that we can keep listening to this, and we will also send the song to all of you. So you can also listen and you can also remix this song and share it with other people who didn't get a chance to attend this. So let us try to create a song with AI first of all. So I'll just quickly show you how you can do that. So this will be the first ever demo that we are showing in this particular session today. So I'm currently on, uh, I'm going to this website called suno.com. Suno.com is the website that I'm going to. So what I'll do is let me try to create a song for this particular session that we are in. And if you look at this particular website, you see that there are a lot of songs that you can see. For your information, all of the songs that you see in these websites, which almost have some thousands and some songs also have some millions of views. So all of these songs are created by AI from scratch. So let us try to create a song for the generative AI rewind event. So I'll just click on create and I'll just say create a song on far reaching impact of AI in 2024. I want it to be, I want hip hop song with heavy bass. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's see if we can create a good song uh, on far-reaching impact of AI in 2024. So let us try to create one or two songs, and we can also see how this is coming out to be. So we right away have this song called AI Revolution 2024. So let us see if the song is any good or not. Fire someone through the streets at night. Machines learning how to see their light. Fate flowing like the river's might. Citrus here when it's burning a bullet. So as you can see, we were able to create a song in just a few seconds. So I didn't know whether this genre existed or not, but we could see some hip hop with heavy bass. It also talks about the lyrics, virtual world where we all go. AI is ruling the knowledge, let the knowledge grow. So you can also see the lyrics also to be very good. So it has created one more song for us. So let us try to hear that. Fires coming through the streets at night. Machines learning how to see the light. Fingers flowing like a river of might. Future's here and it's burning bright. I think it was a decent song. So I chose this particular genre, but if you wanted a melodic song in Hindi, or maybe if you wanted uh, a soothing Sufi song, so you can also try doing that. So this is one of the tool that I wanted to start with this session. So just to show you how far we have come with generative AI. So think about how music was created till last year, right? Or even before. So if to create one song, we actually needed 4 or 5 musicians, a lyricist, a music director, a vocalist, and so on. So today we are able to create songs within just 5 or 10 seconds with a single prompt. So that is the far-reaching impact of generative AI that we have seen in this year. So this was one of the simplest demos that I wanted to show you, just to help you understand what all is happening with generative AI right now. So we were able to create a quick song within 5 seconds and saw what we were able to do with it. But let us now try to understand it in a more structured process as to what all has happened in generative AI in 2024. So we will look at something short history of generative AI right now. So the reason I have written short in a long format is even 1 year in generative AI actually feels like 5 years, because the amount of updates or maybe the progress at which we are moving forward seems mind-boggling, right? Every month in generative AI feels like a year or a quarter in full, right? So the amount of advancements that we have made starting from Jan of this year to December would feel like, okay, we have made 5 years of progress, right? So how can we understand what has happened in generative AI in this year? So for that, I would want you to guess. So before we start understanding what has happened in generative AI before, so I want you to make a rough guess on what this graph is. So you can send it on the chat. So what do you think this graph is? So intro of ChatGPT. So that is one answer. Google search results for ChatGPT. That's great. Adoption of users, increasing AI. Wonderful. So yeah, so this is as many of you are correctly saying. So it's growth of generate adoption of GPU. So that's a new thing. The growth of LLMs. Great. Yeah, exactly. So if you look at it carefully, this graph is starting. So it's almost a dull graph, but you see that suddenly around this time, that is around November 2022. So that is when ChatGPT got released. We are seeing a spike in whatever in generative AI. And around this is the time of, let's say, Jan of 2024. And we can see that this is just increasing. So generative AI has started around 2 years back when ChatGPT got released. And then we have seen a consistent rise in what is happening in generative AI. And again, this is the graph of Google search trends for the word AI, ChatGPT, AI tools, and all. So this is an overall trend of generative AI tools, as we can see. So we have just started with the release of ChatGPT and see how far we have come. So to understand anything further, so let us also try to understand I'll just try to give you a background of what has happened in the year 2023, and what are some of the different things that you will see coming in 2024. So as mentioned, in November 2022, which is again 2 years back, we have seen ChatGPT has got released. And from 2022, December 2022 to December 2023, again, 1 year ago. So 2023, we had seen a lot of updates in AI. So starting from multimodal models, conversational AI, video models, small models, open source models. So there were too many updates. But all in all, 2023 was more like an experimental year. So people were just trying to understand what is generative AI. People were just trying to make sense of how to use it, what to use it. So companies, startups, everyone was just experimenting with that technology in 2023, right? So it was morely an experiment. It was most like an experimental year in 2023. But what we have seen in 2024 was, so even we did an exact same session 1 year back also. So I will also try to show some of the predictions that we made last year, and we will also make some predictions for next year also. But we have predicted that all of these technologies that were introduced in 2023 will become mainstream, right? So I was just checking the predictions that we made last time, and I'm happy to inform that at least 90-95% of them are true, right? And what were the things? So what exactly happened in 2024? So if I were to say what happened in 2024, so everything, everywhere, all at once. So just talk when we talk about LLMs, there has been a crazy increase in this multimodal models, audio models, video models, open source models. You talk about any topic that was there in 2023 or early 2024, we have seen that all of the sectors have exploded like crazy, right? So, but so okay. So, and also I've seen, so this is, so this has been a crazy year with generative AI. But if I were to give you some quick bullet points as to what has happened in generative AI in 2024. So these are some of the things that I was able to think about right off the back, right? So as of today, I'll show you demos of most of them as well. So you can generate entire websites with a single prompt. So this was absolutely not possible before 2023 or even before. So we are able to generate entire websites with single prompt. AI can now speak in real time, just like you call a human being and speak to them. So you can also speak to AI in real time in 2024. So AI can actually create full length videos. If you have just been following what Google has released a few days back, Google VO2 model, so they are able to create around a 10-minute 4K video just with single prompt. AI can actually control your computer. So, gone are the days when you have to click on some website, go to download it. Let's say any process that you follow on internet requires you to follow multiple steps. So, with update like cloud computer use or update like that, we have seen AI is now able to control computer. You all you have to do is to just sit and just give it some voice commands. AI can directly open the website you want, download the things that you want, and do your coding job as well. And we have also seen a rise of multimodal models. AI can now see, hear, and speak. So this is one demo that I'll show you today also. So where I'll just switch on my webcam and I'll talk to AI in real time. And I will also show you some demos of how good AI agents have become, right? So you can plan your entire travel trip using AI again with few simple prompts. AI can also book tickets for you, so you don't have to do anything. Just give the instruction, and AI will automate any task. And we have just seen how AI can be used to generate songs. And one of the more interesting things is AI can generate your images, your audio, and your video. So if I want to make a clone of myself, an AI that looks like me, sees like me, speaks like me, that is also possible as of today, right? So this has been so this slide is just to show you a snapshot of what how far we have come in generative AI so far. And let us try to break this down one by one. So there are too many things that I've mentioned in the slide, but let us try to make sense of this in a more structured way. So how do we do that? So I'll tell you all about all updates that I've shown you so far in a more structured way. So how do we do that? So whenever we talk about generative AI, it is not like any other technology, right? So when you talk about some analytics tool or maybe some other sector like Web3 or anything else, so it's broadly one or two core concepts that you will learn, and you'll just dig deep into it. But when you talk about generative AI, so there are too many things. So whenever you say generative AI, it can mean a lot of things. So you can be saying about LLMs, you can be talking about image models, you can be talking about AI model, AI agents, multimodal models, music models. There are too many things as to what Gen AI can mean. So in this session, what we will try to understand is I'll try to focus on some key areas like LLMs, agents, audio models, multimodal models, and video models. So I'll just try to walk you through what has been the status in each of these main sectors. Again, if I were to list down all the sectors within generative AI, there are at least 100 or more, or even like even the prominent ones would be close to 50. So it's not ideally possible for us to cover all the 50 different sectors of generative AI. So what I'll try to do is I'll take top 5 or top 6 areas of generative AI, and I will show you what has happened in each of the sector over months right now. So having said that, how do we do? So what is the agenda that we will have for the session? So first we will look at what LLMs are and how you can deal with them. So then we will look into image models and video generation models. Then we will talk about audio and music models. Then multimodal models. We'll look at some AI agents. And at last, I wanted to cover a few points about what is the status of generative AI in India and how we can move forward with that space. So these are some of the things that I roughly wanted to cover in this session. So let me talk about LLMs first. So what I'll do is, so LLMs are one of the core parts of generative AI. So it is like a primary engine for most of the applications. So I'll go very deep. I'll go very deep into telling you this all the stories about LLMs. So most of the stories or maybe trends that I'm saying for LLMs will also be applicable for image models and other models as well. So I'll try to spend at least 25 to 30 minutes on the LLMs part so that you understand the trends in generative AI very well. And then we can generalize those trends to other parts as well. Okay. So first of all, let us cover story of LLMs. So first of all, I think most of you might be knowing what LLMs are. So whenever you use ChatGPT or maybe any other chatbot for that matter, so you are actually using a large language model. So let's say whenever you are saying hi to ChatGPT, you get a reply as hello or whatever reply that you are getting. So your request is being processed by an LLM. So let's say if you are using a free version of ChatGPT, so it is going to a ChatGPT for a mini model. So if you are using a paid version of ChatGPT, so you are actually using a GPT-4o model. So LLMs are primary drivers for the chatbots that we are using today. And this is one of the most primary technology that is running most of the applications today. So most of the around 70-80% of generative AI applications that you are seeing today are running based on LLMs. You take any chatbot, it is running on an LLM. You take any fine-tuned model or agents or anything, so they are all using LLMs at the center. So if you understand LLMs very well or how to work with them, you are good to go with at least 70 to 80% of generative AI concepts. Right. So let us talk about what has happened in this sector first. So for now, I'm understanding that at least 99% of you have used ChatGPT sometime before. Or I could even say that 100% of you might have used ChatGPT up until this point, right? But apart from ChatGPT, also there are many popular models that are out there, right? So something like Claude family of models, something like Llama family of models, Mistral models, Gwen models, so on and so forth. So there are many models in the space. So let us try to understand the battle that is happening in the LLM space. So just telling that one model is good or one model is bad, one model is good for X or Y, so that wouldn't cut it. So let me tell you the story around how these generative AI model companies work and how are they actually trying to outdo each one of them. So for that, like some more clear information is that, so whenever we talk about LLMs, we talk about two types of LLMs. That one are closed source LLMs and one is open source LLMs. Closed source LLMs are owned by companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. So Google Gemini is again a closed source model, which is owned by a company. So one side of models is closed source models, and the other side of models is open source models. So let's say Llama is by Meta or Facebook. So they have their own set of models that you can download and use it anywhere. So, but with GPT model or something, if you want to use them, you should only go to either you can go to Chat GPT or use their API. So there is no other way to use these models. Whereas any open source models, you can download it on your own computer or maybe download it on your own machine and start using them. Or also you can go to their website and use these models for free. So there are different types of LLM models that we will talk about. As far as today, so one famous trend that we have seen in 2023 is that closed source models were always the top. So these were the best models. And open source models, again, since it was mostly a community effort, so these were generally lagging behind. So if the closed source model was something like this, open source models were somewhere here. So the gap between closed source models and open source models was very large in 2023. But in this year, we have seen that closed source models are also like earlier, let's say if this is 2023 trend, if this is what was in 2023. So in 2024, what we have seen this is that the gap between open source and closed source models is coming closer. So earlier GPT model used to be the best model, and the next model used to be not even close. But today, a lot of things about that are changing. So let me tell you about that story one by one. So let us try to understand dynamics in this space. So what are these LLMs? Who are what? How do companies actually putting these models? What is the battles that are going on? What is open source? What is closed source? What is happening with the price? So let us try to understand LLMs in very detail. So first of all, let us talk about GPT-4 model, right? So GPT-4 model got first released in March of 2023, right? And it was the best model. So it was the best model for longest time. So as of today, if there is any model in 2024 which is the best model, within 2 months there is another model from another company which beats it. But that was not the case in entire 2023. So what OpenAI released in March of 2023 remained the best model for longest time, for over 15 months or so. So there was no other model which came close to GPT-4 for the longest time, and that was happened. But but everything changed with something happened in the month of March 2024, which has changed things very slightly. So what did happen in 2024? So a company called Anthropic released a new set of models called Claude 3 series of models. For people who are curious, Anthropic is started by founding members of OpenAI. the the same people who have been part of OpenAI for a very long time have dissociated from the company around 3-4 years back, and they have started building their own models. So the first ever model to defeat GPT-4 was Claude model, and again, this was also these models were again created by ex OpenAI employees. So Anthropic today is again a very big company. So for people who want to understand dynamics of OpenAI and Anthropic, so OpenAI is hugely funded by Microsoft. So Microsoft has invested close to $10 billion or $15 billion into Microsoft, whereas Anthropic is heavily funded by Amazon. So if I'm not wrong, Amazon has invested at least $6 billion into Anthropic. So you see that on the face, you see that there are two startups like OpenAI and Anthropic working together, competing against each other. But on the back end side of it, if you see that there are very powerful companies like Microsoft and Amazon and Google who are actually pushing these companies even forward. So what happened in Claude 3 series of models? So when this company released these new models, they have released three models: a smaller Haiku model, a mid-sized Sonnet model, and a large-sized Claude 3 Opus model. So Claude 3 Opus was the first ever model. So in 15 months, Claude 3 Opus was the first old model that dethroned GPT-4. So this is what happened in March of 2024, which was the first time that OpenAI released, okay, that their models can also be defeated. So, and then what happened? So then, when something like this happened in March, and within few months, OpenAI has come out with a new model. So they said that instead of GPT, so people were expecting that since Claude 3 Opus has defeated them, so OpenAI will probably release a GPT-5 model. So to be frank, GPT-5 model never came, or probably will never come in the recent times. But what happened in May 24 was OpenAI released a GPT-4o model, which again took back the title of best LLM from Claude. And this is again first of a kind model. So GPT-4o, O stands for Omni. So this model has a capability not just to read text, but it can also read images. So whenever you are sending an input to ChatGPT now, you might have tried inputting the image, but this was not the native capability of model before May of 2024. So earlier there was another vision model, GPT-4o vision model or some other model being used. So in May 2024, so to defeat, let's say, the current Claude Opus model, so this particular model was released, and this again soon became one of the best models at that time. And then Claude also hit back, saying that they have released even a better model called Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So what people were expecting is that they would release a newer version of Claude 3 Opus to defeat, let's say, GPT-4o. But what we instead had was a smaller model, so a mid-sized model like Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So earlier, Claude 3 Opus defeated GPT-4o, right? GPT-4. So now Anthropic has come up with new version of Opus model, which is the mid-sized model. So this was performing better than GPT-4o. And this was also surprise to a community that people were thinking that to defeat a big model, you only need a very big model. So people were always, let's say, if you create a 100 billion parameter model, we will create a 150 billion parameter model. If you create a 150 billion, we will go to 300 or 400. So that was not the case. So with Claude 3.5 Sonnet, what happened was a mid-sized LLM actually outperformed its own big model as well as GPT-4o. And if you ask me, for me, like my current favorite LLM is Claude L 3.5 Sonnet. So this is the model that I use day in and day out for my coding, for my writing, and all other purposes. And this model has single-handedly changed how agents work today, right? So before this model, so like even before June 2024, so there were a lot of agent frameworks and a lot of other stuff going around. But it was only after Claude 3.5 Sonnet model got released, this model was so good that agents start becoming useful. So earlier you could ask AI agent to do something, but it used to get confused or they were not very effective. But with Claude 3.5 Sonnet, it so happened that it not only became the best LLM in the world, but it single-handedly drove the entire AI agent revolution, right? So, and this also brought a lot of new updates to the AI era. So let me show you some innovative innovation for when this model was released. Okay. Okay. So around when this model got released, 3.5 Sonnet model, so Anthropic not only just released the model, but they also have released or thought about a new way to interact with LLMs. So till now, everyone was interacting with LLMs in a very easy, like a fashion where they're just sending text and getting the text out. So text in, text out was the format that we were using for LLMs for the longest time. So what Anthropic has done with their Claude 3.5 Sonnet release, so along with their model, so they have also released something called artifacts. So this has again become a de facto for a lot of LLM companies today. So how many of you have already used artifacts or know about artifacts feature? You can just say thumbs up on the chat or anything. So how many of you know about artifacts feature that Anthropic has released? Okay, good number of people. So not a lot of people also know. Okay, so I'll just show you what is the artifacts feature. So if you already know that, it's great, but I'll just show you some different ways that you can use LLMs for. So this has become a de facto standard for using LLMs when this model got released. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to this website called Claude.ai. So you can also follow along with me if you have, you can also do it along with me. So let me go to Claude AI first. Okay. So this is Claude AI. So by the look of it, it just feels like any other chatbot. So you can just say, okay, you can just say hi, hello, and it will just respond like ChatGPT or anything. But one thing that Anthropic has done differently is that they have given it a way to write and render code also. So what does that mean? So if I just ask it to create a snake game, it not only gives the code, but it is also able to render the code and show the game also. So let us see what it unlocks. So when you ask it to write some code or anything, instead of just writing the code, it is also able to show what the code does so that you can interact with the code in real time. So what it is currently doing is it's just, yeah. So let me actually play this game. Play again, down, right, down, left, down, right. So I got one. So I just asked it to create a game and it is able to do that. So even earlier LLMs were able to write code, but you ask them to write code. So they used to give some version, they used to get some error and then they used to write it again. So earlier, if you wanted to write any sort of game or code, the model used to give you code, but the code was not very accurate and the model had to run at least 2, 3 times before it clears errors. But Claude 3.5 Sonnet was a model that was able to do most of the coding task in one shot. You just give it one information and it is able to do it. And let's say you want to analyze some data set. So this is one way. I'll show you some more techniques to create websites or other games with LLMs. But one other amazing thing that you could do with this model is to analyze data sets with it. So what I can do is I can just upload any CSV data set or Excel data set or anything, and I can ask uh, the LLM model to give me a summary of it. So if you see my screen, so I currently have a CSV dataset. So this is a Titanic dataset. If any one of you have prepared for any machine learning interview or something, you might have encountered this dataset before. So this is one of the popular datasets to understand machine learning or other parts. So this is a dataset which has, let's say, thousands of rows and columns. So I want to understand the dataset. So what I can do is, I'll just say, give me 5 graphs to understand this data set. So it will just, as you can see, it is analyzing the code as we speak. So it is able to identify what are the rows, what are the columns. It is able to identify all of them in real time and give us some analysis. So it will take a couple of seconds and then it will give us some output. So it has analyzed the data set. Now it's actually helping us create some graphs also so that we can view it. You can see we have 5 graphs. So I asked 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 graphs. So think about this, right? So earlier, with LLMs as of today, instead of, so in 2023, we were mostly limited towards asking it some question and it gave the answer, uploading a document, asking it to summarize it. But today, you see, with the capabilities, with innovative features like artifacts, canvas, and other features, so you are able to do a lot more with LLMs. Let's say if you want to create a new presentation, create a new website or anything, you can just give it a simple prompt and it's able to do that. So this is how Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So most models before Claude 3.5 Sonnet were also able to write good code, but not as good as 3.5 Sonnet. As of today, I would say still this is one of the de facto best model that is available for you to develop any coding apps or something. So this has happened in the year in the month of June, and they have also released a new version of it few months back. So even with any models that you see, so it's not generally a one version of the model. Even GPT-4o has multiple versions over the months. So every 2, 3 months, the model is also updated. So once in every 6 months or maybe one year or something, the model is also entirely changing. So now we have learned about the battle for the best LLM, right? So this is happening constantly over time. In meanwhile, we have also seen some amazing updates from OpenAI also. So instead of fixating on just creating simple LLMs, so they have announced a strawberry series of models in the month of September 24. And they claim that these O1 series of models are able to beat Claude 3.5 Sonnet and other models also. In all honesty, we cannot compare O1 models with GPT-4 or something, because these models work very differently. So these models actually think a lot. So whenever you ask LLM a question, it will directly start giving an answer. But if you want to understand how O1 models or other reasoning models work, you can think about it like this. Instead of giving you, let's say, question and answer. So this is how LLM works. But how a reasoning model works is that whenever you ask a question, it will actually generate many, many answers for it. And then it will choose or consolidate the best answer. So this, let's say a simple LLM like Claude 3.5 Sonnet, if it takes 10 seconds to answer, an O1 model would actually take around 2 minutes to answer the same question. So it is actually using a lot of compute capacity, and it's also a layer on top of it. So O1 models are actually better than Claude 3.5 Sonnet or other models in a way, but they are not very useful in daily life, because they are very costly, one thing, and they are also very slow. So let's say if you want to create a website or maybe change some small things within your website, so you don't want to be spending 2-3 minutes for every message to come back. So O1 models are best when you want to do some complex reasoning tasks. And just when I was finalizing this PPT just yesterday, I think if you look at this date carefully, so this is a date, yesterday's date. Yesterday night, OpenAI actually released a O3 model, which says that this is the artificial general intelligence model. So this has broken all the conceptions about what LLM could do and cannot do. So if I have time at the end of the day, I will also try to talk more about this O3 model, which got released just yesterday night. So this is also an amazing model that we'll probably see. And one other thing that you might notice is that GPT, what they have also done this year is that, so they have also introduced a $200 subscription plan. So ChatGPT Plus was a $20 subscription. So where they have saying that they have a $200 subscription per month. So which is again close to 16-17,000 rupees if you also include taxes and all, 17 to 18,000 rupees a month to use these models unlimited. And many people have also purchased it, and they are also saying a lot of good things. But for most of us, we might not require these sort of models on a daily basis, so we are good with the models that we have. So till now, I have just talked about what is happening in the uh, closed source models, the battle for the best LLM, right? So Claude, let's say GPT-4o got released, then Claude 3.5 Sonnet, Opus. So this was the battle that is happening in the closed model space. But in the open source arena also, there has been some amazing, amazing updates. So in the earlier slide, I was telling that the gap between, so let's say earlier, if this is the open source model, this is the closed source models. Open source models were always like lagging far behind. But with what uh, Meta has done this year, or what Meta AI has done this year, so they have been very consistent with releasing new open source models for the public, right? So they have released, so they had Llama 2 models released last year, right? Llama 2 models were also one of the most popular models in 2023. And Llama 3 models, again, are some of the most popular models in 2024. So the first version got released in April of 2024. So then they have released three different iterations also. So 3 series was released in April. So then they released 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3 series was just updated a few days back. And by far, these are one of the most popular open source models in the world. So if you want to think about how many times this model has been downloaded, so this model has been downloaded close to 650 million times, right? So this is the number of times these models have been downloaded. And these models were, again, the derivatives of these model, people have fine-tuned around 90,000 or 85,000 open versions are available on internet. So if you also count some proprietary fine tunes or something, at least these models have been fine tuned at least 1 lakh times. So which is again a mind boggling number to process. So while all this was happening, Meta also made an attempt to beat GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 Sonnet directly with their 405 billion parameter model. So all the models that Llama has released were only limited to 70 billion or 90 billion for that matter. And what happened around July or something around that is Meta has released a 400 billion parameter model, so which was comparable to GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So even though this was a very good model, so that this didn't gain a lot of traction because of its large size. So large size of model means a lot of compute. Again, a lot of open source community was not able to use this a lot. So even though this was a very good model at that time, it didn't gain a lot of traction. But we are seeing some many other good models coming out from Meta again as we speak. So there are a lot of things to see. And if you are also surprised, I think everyone, when you open your WhatsApp, you will see some models, right? So, or talk to Meta AI. So, this is something that you might have noticed in your WhatsApp. So, whenever you are chatting with AI in your WhatsApp, you are actually speaking to a Llama 3 model. So, exact which Llama model that you are doing, maybe you can look at the documentation, but at least till last month, you were actually using a Llama 3.2 model whenever you are using WhatsApp. So these were some of the updates in open source models by Meta, and there were also a lot of honorable mentions that I can say. So China has been relentless. So if you think about updates by Indian companies, they are close to nothing. So India has almost zero contribution at an overall level if we speak about LLMs or other things. But China has been relentless. So credit where it's due. So few companies like Alibaba, DeepSeek, or even Baidu and other models, other big companies in China have been releasing open source models constantly. So Gwen series of models is again is compared is they are said to be very close competitor to GPT-4o, GPT-4o mini in many aspects. So, and we also have a small company, a relatively small company called DeepSeek. So they are also creating models that are equivalent to GPT models or even other popular models like that. So we also have models by Mistral, Cohere, and many others. And I have a special section for Gemini models because at least until last month, Gemini or Google didn't do a lot in generative AI, but this December month, I think they have been releasing one update over one update. And again, this is one crazy updates by Google that I'll show you some demos very soon. But yeah, these are some of the general trends that you can see with generative AI so far in LLM space. So, but I want to ask you one question before I go to the next slide. So I'll just quickly bring up a poll and let me show you that one. Okay. So you might think that most of the LLM models that you are using are very costly, right? So if you can think about how costly GPT-4 model is, can you take a guess on how costly these models are? So most people today think that the generative AI models that you are seeing are very costly. So, but how exactly costly or how much costly are they? So we have 40% participation so far. So I'll wait for 10 more seconds. So one thing is that all the questions that you are answering right now. So I'll be showing a lot of questions during the period of this uh, lecture. So if you answer most of the questions, you will also get a very good discount code for the crash course. So whichever answers you are doing, so try to answer them carefully. So if you are able to answer almost all of the questions correctly, so you are going to get a huge discount for our generative AI launchpad course. So if you be in the top 5%, there is amazing discount that you will get. So there is a discount for top 10% and even top 20%. So try to answer these questions. So I'll just end the poll because it's already around 1 minute since I've shown this question. So let me share the results. So I think most of the people have chosen uh, like around 42% have chosen answer one. So which is 0.01 again, which is correct. And option C and option B and C are wrong. So option one is correct, which is around $10 per million tokens. Okay, so and let me also show you one amazing statistic for people to understand. So this is one tweet that I made recently. So most of the general crowd still thinks generative AI is very expensive. But if you compare with the first, so I mentioned about GPT model when it was first released. So when the first release GPT model used to cost around $36 per million tokens. And when we are talking about $36, it's a blended cost of 80%, 80 into input token cost plus 20 into output token cost by 100. So it's not just the output token cost, it's actually a blended cost that you are seeing here. So when this model was first launched in March of 2023, so it was around $36 per million tokens. And today, as of today, as we speak in December of 2024, the GPT-4o Mini has similar performance as GPT model that was released 1.5 years back. How crazy is that? And this model only costs $0.25. So there has been a 99% reduction in the cost of AI in just 15, 16 months. In just 15 to 18 months, there has been 99% reduction in the cost. And whenever someone asks you or whenever someone says, so Gen AI is so expensive, just show them this graph, right? So also try to, you can also tell me or help me with a technology that has decreased cost at this rate. So take any technology, there has not been this amount of decrease anytime no. So yeah, so these are some of the updates that I wanted to show in LLM space. Uh, so what are some of the predictions that I can make for next year? So one prediction is that smaller, so models will again get smaller, faster, cheaper, and better. So as mentioned, as you can see clearly, so the earlier GPT-4o version, it's rumored to be around some hundreds of billions of parameters. GPT-4o Mini is again rumored to be only few tens of billions of parameters. So one general trend that you will see in LLMs is that models will become smaller, faster, cheaper, and even better. So that is the trend that we are seeing for the last many months. And let's say we are also seeing small LLMs installed on your phone. So if you bought the latest Apple iPhone or maybe Samsung S4 or maybe Google Pixel, so there are some LLMs and image models right embedded within your mobile only. You don't even have to use internet. So these models are sitting in your phone and you can use it. And one prediction is that LLMs will disappear in 2024. So you might be asking, okay, you have been telling about how great LLMs are for the last 30 minutes. And my prediction is also that LLMs will disappear in 2025. So the reason is because LLMs are primarily text to text machines. So give it text and give text out. But most of the LLMs that I have shown here today are not just simple LLMs, they are all multimodal models. So you can also add image as an input within almost all the models that you have seen so far. And in the recent Gemini release, so they have also added audio and video input also. So going forward, we will not see LLMs which are specific for text to text. So this might also be one thing that you might notice in the coming next year. So I'll show you one quick amazing demo also. For one last demo for LLM models before we proceed ahead. So can you create a website under 1 second, right? So this is the demo that I want. So this is the demo that I wanted to show you. How can you create a website within 1 second? So before I show you the demo and tell you how to use it very well, so let me conduct another quiz question. So if you want to learn how to build websites within 1 hour, so what are the things that you can do? So if you want to build a full website under 1 hour, what are the things that you can do? So one is to hire a freelancer for 10 lakhs, or maybe I'm just joking that it is not possible, or maybe you can learn to do it all within our generative AI launchpad course. Okay, I think many people are giving right answer. So the thing is, if you give a right answer, you'll be eligible for a promo code. So try to see that when you're answering. Okay, I'll give you 10 more seconds. Okay, we have good participation already. So let me show you the results. And most of the people, 90% of the people are correct in this. So as of today, if you want to develop any website, so you don't need a freelancer or maybe a company where you have to pay 10 lakhs of rupees. Or maybe if you want to develop within under 1 hour or something, it's not even a joke. But you can actually learn to do all of them if you understand how to use LLMs very effectively. So in our course, in our 6 week course, we have dedicated the entire fifth week for helping you build websites in shortest time possible. So this is one demo. So again, I'm going to show you how you can develop a micro app within 1 second. But if you want to develop full-fledged websites with a lot of features, so you can learn more about in our course. So, but let me show you this demo. Okay, so I'll say that I want to create a landing page for AI course by Build Fast with AI. So I'm clicking it. You can see the time, how much time it is taking. So it hardly took 1 second, some milliseconds. It took around zero 0.6 seconds to create this thing. So, but if you've seen our original website has more of blue color theme. So I want to change it to blue color. So let me try to make it blue color. Change it to blue color theme. And you can see the time, how much time before the website changes itself. Let me click on this. And in 0.8, 0.4 seconds, I think you are able to change it to blue. Okay, so I want to add red buttons. Make the buttons red. The button is red already. So you see that, right? So within 1 minute, I'm able to make 3 different edits to the website as we speak. So this is how you can actually use AI models to create websites. And this is only 5% of whatever I have shown you with LLMs or something in the last 30-40 minutes is only 5-10% of what we will actually discuss in our main course. So if you want to learn more about LLMs, so your best way is to enroll for our generative AI launchpad. So where you will learn about prompt engineering, developing chatbots with PDF, websites, YouTube videos. You will also learn how to create landing pages and websites with tools like V0, Cursor, and build entire MVPs. So these are the things that you will get to learn in our course. And this is where you can learn more about LLMs and how to leverage them. So since I have covered a lot of ground right now, so I'll just give 2-3 minutes to answer any questions and then I'll proceed to the next part. Okay, there are a lot of questions in the chat. So I might not be able to answer each and every one of them, but I'll just randomly select few questions. And at the end of the session, please feel to send your question again so that I will try to answer all of them. So one fresh question is for someone like me with zero coding knowledge, can I still do this course? Absolutely. So if you look at our course, we don't assume anything. we start the course with a basic Python lecture. So let me show you how the course looks like. So we don't, one good thing that we do is we don't assume anything. Okay, let me just show you that. So for anyone who signs up for our course, they will get access to premium platform. So when you go to premium platform, so you will see a bunch of different videos, around hundreds of videos on the platform. And in the very first lecture, we start with basics of Python. So we don't assume that you have a lot of coding knowledge. So we just start with a basic understanding of Python. And we have explainer videos one by one. And we also have a course chatbot that I'll talk more about. So wherever, if you're stuck at any point in the video, you can directly ask the chatbot. And we also have at least two different catch-ups every week so that you can also directly ask questions to me about anything that is yet to come. So even if you don't have any strong coding knowledge, the only thing that you should have is to willingness to learn. So a lot of content and ground will be covered right during the course as well. Okay, let me take one more. Can I create our own real estate agent? Yeah, so if you look at our course, our fourth module is completely about AI agents. So you will certainly understand how you can create agents for your own purpose as well. So the course access, so when you do the course, so you will have access to all the videos and updated things for at least 1 year. This is a 6 week course, but you will get updated content. And so whenever there is a new update, we will keep updating our videos. So you will have access to updated videos and content for the entire 1 year. Okay, I'll take one final question before we proceed ahead. So price of the course. So price of the course, I'll just reveal. So you can also find it on the website, but we also have a lot of promo codes going on in the session. So that I'll shortly introduce. I'll tell about the price structure and the discount codes and benefits very shortly. Okay. So let me go to the next part. So there are still a lot of questions. I know that I've at least missed 7 to 8 questions meanwhile. So, but let me come back to all those questions. So keep your questions ready. So I'll wait after the call for at least few time, at least some time. So I'll try to answer all those questions at that time. So if for anyone, so I already am getting a lot of notifications on my email that many people have already registered for the course. So for if you want to register for the course, you don't have to go to this link and register. So since you are already on the call and we have your details, you can just say hi on the chat. So if you are interested in knowing more about the course or want to understand the details or get promo code, you can just say hi going forward in the session and we will note your name and we will send you more details. So whenever you need more details about anything, you can just say hi on the course. Okay, great. So given the time, let me proceed ahead with the other interesting part. So which is image generation models. So even with image generation models, just like what you have seen in LLMs, image generation models has also been crazy this year. So I'll show you one example. So in 2022, if you are using an image generation model, so you ask it to generate an image of a person, it was able to do this. So in 2023, you had to write around, let's say 40 lines of prompt, let's say at least 100, 150 word prompt to actually get image of this quality. 150 to 300 word prompt to get image of this quality. But in 2024, you can actually get images of this quality within just a single line of prompt. So for anyone who has still not realized, the Superman that you are seeing is not actually a Superman, it's actually me. So in this year, we have also seen an uh, an like improvement in how these models function, right? So not only have we increased the capability of generating image models from this year, from last year, so we have made it far more efficient that within single line of prompt, And by immediate training models, you can actually generate some image models that can generate images like you. So here is how I generated image of me looking like a Superman. So I'll also show you how I created my own superhero movie where I am the superhero. No prizes for guessing. So yeah, so what has happened in image models this year? So let me show you. So even with whatever we are seeing, the same story repeats again. So again, there are a bunch of open source models, there are a bunch of closed source models, they keep competing against each other or something. But what I feel is that at least in open source, at least in image generation models, I think open source models are actually performing better. So on the left hand side, you can actually see some top open source competitors like Black Forest Labs, Recraft, Stability AI, and I will tell story about Stability AI very soon. And on the right hand side, you can see some closed source models. So OpenAI DALI 3 model, I think this has to be one of the most outdated models. So generally, whenever there is a image model, you see a new update releasing every 2 or 3 months. But I don't think that there has been a very good update in DALI 3 model for at least last 1 year. So if you are still stuck with using DALI 3 in ChatGPT or something, you should probably move on. So there are a lot of other wonderful tools that I'll show you very shortly that you should immediately shift. And let many people that I meet think that DALI 3 is the only model, image generation model out there. But that is far from truth. And this is also one of the very average models as of today. So last year, of course, it was one of the best models. But this year, I would say this is a very average model. If you are just using DALI 3, just move on. So we have models from Midjourney. We have models from Ideogram, Adobe. Imagen 3 is again a model by Google. And we also have Leonardo AI, which is a platform which hosts a lot of different models. So my personal favorite in each of them is Flux model by Black Forest Labs is one of my favorite models. So that is the model that I've used to generate an image of myself. And Ideogram is one of my favorite closed source model. I'll show you why that is my favorite model very shortly. So these are some of the competitors again in the space. But one thing that happened this year, which was a big blow to image generation community, was downfall of Stable Diffusion. So Stable Diffusion was the company even before ChatGPT came. Uh, Stable Diffusion or maybe Stability AI was the company that was releasing Stable Diffusion models. So these Stable Diffusion models were able to generate. So these were one of the very first models which could generate images using simple prompts, and that was completely new. So they did a lot of work leading up to 2021, 2022, and even 2023. They have made some amazing updates like Stable Diffusion XL, Stable Diffusion Turbo. And during last year's Gen AI Rewind event, I talked a lot about Stable Diffusion Turbo model because it was very good at that time. So, but there has been an internal tussle in the company sometime during the mid of this year. The founder has left, the company has changed its fundamentals. They have moved from open source to closed source, and we are just seeing a downfall in Stable Diffusion as we speak. But the same thing, just like previous founders or maybe previous team members of OpenAI went and started Anthropic, a similar thing happened. So few of the people from Stability AI and other popular companies have left and formed Blue Forest Lab. So like while this company was closing down, or maybe it's not closed down, while this lost its charm, few of the employees went and started Black Forest Labs, which is again giving very good models. So that I will talk about. But let us talk about some top proprietary models, which is Midjourney V6 and Ideogram V2. So these are some of my favorite models when we talk about this. So Ideogram V2 is a very good model if you want to generate posters or text within images. So for the longest time, image models were very weak in generating text within images. So they were able to generate very good images, but when you ask it to write some text within it, they used to fumble a lot. So here I have asked Ideogram to generate a poster, a fun poster for generative AI Launchpad by Buildfast with AI. So it's able to create this pixel art image. So I like this image a lot, right? So this is from Ideogram. So most of the images that you see in the course, so this is generated by Ideogram. So most of the posters that we generate for our updates or something, we usually use ideogram to generate posters because they are wonderful models to generate these. And Midjourney is also like Midjourney is also a company that has been around, and it has been a leader for many years. So it's slightly earlier Midjourney was at this level. So earlier Midjourney was at this level, and all other companies were somewhere here. So, but even this gap has been closing a lot. So there are many models. Let's say if this is Midjourney, Ideogram, or maybe other Flux models are also at similar capacities. But Midjourney is still the best model if you want to use for creativity. So I take, for example, maybe after this session, you can try this yourself. So I tried this prompt: an astronaut on Mars riding a unicorn. So this is the image that I got. And this has to be one of the most creative images that I've seen. So images from models like Ideogram or Flux were also very good, but none came close to Midjourney when you talk in terms of how creative they are. So if you are really betting on creativity and want it, so go for a Midjourney model. So if you want to use more purposeful models where you just want to use them for different purposes, you can use Ideogram V2 model. Okay. So one more thing that you can see is that so this is what is happening in the proprietary model space. Again, these are closed source models. So there are open source models that are also available, which I was talking about as Flux models by Black Forest Labs. Again, this is an image generated by a Flux model only. It is also able to write very good text. It is also able to generate very good images. So these are one of the most popular open source models that are available as of today. So they are available in different sizes: Pro version, Dev version, and Snell version. So different sizes of models. Pro version is again very good model, better for most creative and photorealistic. Snell models for simple images or something. And one revolution that these models have brought is that these models are also very effective for fine tuning. So when you want to generate images, so I have just shown an image of myself as a Superman or maybe other things. These models, these Flux models, were actually very good for that purpose because they were very effective and efficient for fine tuning on your own images. All you had to do is to give 12 to 15 images of yourself to this model, and within 5-10 minutes, this model will be ready for training, and then it will generate images like you. And what kind of images can it generate? So these are some of the images that I was able to generate of myself using a Flux model. So none of these images are real. All of these images are generated using a simple prompt. So this is one capability that we are seeing with image models as of today. So where you can just fine tune a model with just 10 to 12 images of yourself, and you can create your own model. So I'll shortly show you how you can. So I'll also go to my model that I have created, and I'll take requests from you to generate some images of myself in these way. So let me show you how I have created images like this, and I will also show you how the model works. So let me go to replicate.com where I have fine-tuned the model. Okay. So this is one of the prompts, and this is some image that you can see. I can just say image of Satvik as Superman. So let me run this. So I just had to give it a very simple prompt. I have trained the model on my images so that the model knows who Satvik is. So I'm just asking it to generate images of Satvik, and it is able to generate images within few seconds. So sometimes image quality will be very good, sometimes it might be very bad. Okay, you see that this is also one of the image that it has generated. So when I say Satvik, Satvik being an Indian name, so it has made background. So instead of using some Manhattan or New York or something, so it has already given some Basti type vibes in this. So again, even with this thing, the better your prompt is, the more information that you give within the prompt, the better the model will come out to be. So this way, and again, the fine tuning a model like this is not very technical. So you don't have to be an AI engineer to do that. You just have to follow 4 simple steps and 15 minutes, right? If you want to do something like this, you can just spend 15 minutes of your time, keep 10 images of yourself ready, and you can create images of your like this in under $2, right? $2 is what? Let's say if you go for a photo shoot today, or just for getting one passport size photo, you are probably being charged, let's say 500 rupees or maybe even more, right? Uh, for now, with just $2, you can actually train a model and generate at least 50 images of yourself like this. So that is how far we have come with generative AI as of today. So you can just take a model, fine tune it, and generate images of yourself for pennies, right? Just for few rupees, you can actually generate some amazing images also. And no surprises, like today's session, we might not be able to cover the entire part. So if you want to learn more about how you can generate images like this, you all know where to go. So you can just say hi on the chat and we will make sure that you get the code for this as well. Yeah. So this is how you can fine tune any model to generate images like yourselves. So what else can you do with the Flux? So one amazing demo that I've also found is you can actually generate images at the speed of the thought. So let's say if you are an architect or maybe if you are a designer, you want to design something. Every time you type a prompt within DALL-E or maybe something, it takes few minutes and it breaks your flow. So what if you can generate images at the speed of thought? So this was one amazing demo put forth by a company called Together. So let me show you how this works and how amazing that is in generating images. Okay, so let me say, okay, let me just refresh this. Let me say, okay, it just created something. Let's say a cat. So we have a cat here. So I can just press on consistency mode so that this cat is maintained in the entire other set of images. So I say I want to see a blue cat. Okay. Uh, on a hill. Uh, let's say riding a car. Let's say I wanted to drink beer. So let's say drinking beer. It's a good image. So, but I want pixel art. So you see that, right? This is a very cool image to have. So you didn't have like I didn't have to prompt a lot. I was just thinking my thought process. So I just started with this image. I didn't like the color. I said I want a blue cat on a mountain in a car, uh, drinking beer, and then pixel art. So I was just able to think about an idea and I was able to get through this, right? So what else can you do with this? So this is again a very fun example. Let's say you are a designer. Let's say you design houses or something. So let's say you want to design a bedroom. Uh, with uh, let's say okay with wooden walls. Okay, a black carpet with a huge TV and let me add so since we are in December, so let us add a bar, a mini bar. I think it's not visible, but yeah, we could. I think there is some mini bar under TV. Okay, it's actually putting a mini bar, so we could also do that. So you saw that, right? So we just had a thought as to what do you want to build. So let's say, imagine that you are a designer, architect, or maybe anything else. If you're designing some posters or anything, instead of you having to give it multiple prompts, so you are today able to use very good image models at a speed of your thought. So within milliseconds, you are able to generate images, and all of this for free, right? So as of today, many LLMs are free. So Gemini models are free. These Snell models that you are seeing together are free. Many fine tuning frameworks you can actually do it for free. So there are a lot of AI tools that are not only inexpensive, but there are also a lot of tools that are completely free. But how can you take advantage of all these technologies? Only if you will know about it, only if you know how to use, then only you can take advantage of this. So try to learn about all these technologies. And again, you can spend 10 hours on internet every day, but you all know how to upskill yourself with generative AI to learn all these new technology. Okay. So this is one amazing thing that you could do with Flux models, combined with their like excellent efficiency and their speed and latency. This is what you can unlock. Okay. Uh, so I have one more quick demo of the image models, but if there are any questions, I can take one, two questions. Okay, there is one question. Can you give images and ask it to generate options for us? Yeah, that is what my next demo is.
Great. So another question, something that I have is on so most of the models and all that you presented, right? We are seeing a lot of models coming into the market, but at least I'm not aware of if there are any real business use cases that have where these models have been adopted. Can you share if you have come across in your consulting experience?
So one thing is that a lot of designers are using it. So as mentioned, these image models are just some playing tools, but I'll just show you a tool that you can use it for image editing. Graphic designers are using it a lot. And even the tool that I've just shown you where you can design a bedroom just with prompting and all. So people are starting to use it in many creative ways. But on an enterprise level, people are using multimodal models to read invoices, understand some documents and all. So that is also one case. It's primarily being used for designing and other purposes.
Okay.
Sir, I'm front-end developer. If I use these tools to generate images, is there any copyright that will I get?
So generally, I think most of the companies have some sort of rules, but as of today, you will have to check with the company with the APIs that you are using their policies. But generally, when you use APIs from some companies like Microsoft, OpenAI, or something, they tell that you can use these images for free or maybe without a copyright or something. If you are being challenged by any company, they will cover your legal costs. So that way, depending on which provider you are using, the copyright law works very differently. So you will have to check with that before once. Okay. So let me show you one demo. I think I'll just given the time, I'll try to quickly show you how that works with only one example. But let me see how to work. And I think there is one video, instead of showing you right now, I can also point you towards my LinkedIn post or maybe video that we have uploaded. So out of these four images, can you guess which image was the original one? One, let's say two, three, and four. So out of one, two, three, four, which image is the original image? Can anyone take a guess? Okay, many are saying one, many are saying two, all four are AI, none, four. Okay, okay, four, four. Okay, so the correct answer is okay. There are a few more guesses, so I'll just ask. One and four are definitely A. Okay, two. Great. So yeah, the correct answer is two. So the second one is the real image, and all the images are AI generated images. So how could you edit something like this? I think I have made a video on how you could do this. We'll just, if you go to our YouTube, you will find a video where I'm explaining how you can do this from scratch. So you can take any of your image, you can just select area. So you can just select this area and say, I want a suit. It will give it to you a suit. So if you select this tree and ask it, replace the tree with Eiffel Tower, it is going to do that. So if there is a chair here, you can select the chair and say, remove the chair and put a tree. So it will do that. So with generative AI, I think if you learn, so this editing is completely done by me. So for context, I have never used Photoshop in my life. I have never edited a video except for maybe just changing some filters here and there. I have never done any image editing so far, but I know AI very well. So I'm able to generate or maybe edit images as good as someone who has a lot of experience, because I'm complementing like my uh, like skill gap with using AI. So with AI, if you learn very well, so there are also some questions meanwhile that I'm seeing that I don't know how to code, how will I be able to develop websites or something. So to be honest, you don't need to know it very well. So you will need to know how to understand how to work well with AI and how to make it work for you. So that is very important rather than you understanding everything. So this is also one amazing, amazing application of image editing with AI. So where you can just select a particular image and just do that. So for, let's say, some curious people who are just asking, so I'll just show you one quick way to do that. So I'll just upload one of my own photos into this. Okay. So let's say this is an image that I have, and let's say I actually want a tie on this. So I forgot a tie when I was shooting for this photo. So I want a tie for this. So what I can do, I can just click on this. I can just say replace it with a black tie. As you can see now, we are actually using image models. We're only good at generating some vague images, but as of today, you can do all of these things with AI. Okay, this website is Kriya website, so you can also use the same using ideogram canvas as well. So this website is called Kriya.ai. So the same feature is also available in ideogram canvas also. So you can see that this is the image that you got. Okay, sorry. So this is the first image and this is the second image. So yeah, if you pay very close attention to it and if you have that attention to detail, you might recognize that this is actually not a true image. But how many of you can actually tell it in the first go that this was an AI image, right? So if I were to select the region more properly and I give it a better prompt, it would not even be recognizable like this. So I could also change the color of my suit. So this is in bluish color, so I can change it to black or maybe a cream color. So I can also, if I want to try on a new shirt or something, instead of me going there, trying it and taking photos, I can just upload an image of myself and make some quick edits. So this is how AI has been progressing, especially in many different aspects, as you can see. And again, if you want to learn more about image models, how you can work with them and what you can do with them, you can go to our crash course. Okay, but before that, some predictions that I wanted to make for image generation models. So last year I made a prediction that image models will be very good at generating text within images, that it is already there. So I have also predicted that models will actually become very good at what they do, that you don't have to prompt it a lot. This year actually I'm running out of predictions. So to be honest, I have seen everything. I have seen everything with image models. I can take an image, edit it to be like someone else. I can generate my own images. I can make myself look like anything that I want. I can make any edits that I want. So I feel like I have seen it all when it comes to image generation. So I don't know what else is left. What else will we have? So we are able to generate images within few seconds, milliseconds, generate images of ourselves. So even if you have any ideas on what you want to predict for image generation in 2025, you can let me know. But I feel that we have already seen everything. But generative AI always has surprises. So just when you thought it was over, something else will start again. So yeah, for now, I don't have any new prediction, but sooner or later, I think we will see some amazing things coming out of this area as well.
Sir, do you think in future in 2025 we will go on to use everything like for everything
So
we
even
use
during
AI?
our course, you will try more about image models, advanced image generation tools, techniques, how you can build apps using image APIs, how you can build your own models. So all during our course as well. Question, did anyone speak? Okay.
Sir, how can we recognize this these images are generated by AI?
I
Is there
think
any
for now, I think uh, there is some labeling that some shoe companies are coming with. So some, even I'm not sure about the technology, but whenever you generate an image by AI, so they are actually generating some cryptographic ID or something which can trace back. Or whenever you are using some platforms like Meta, Adobe, or something, they make sure they mention a tag that you can't edit or maybe edit easily. So as of today, I don't think there is an easy way to tell which is an AI generated image or not. But maybe sometime soon we might find it out. But for now, I don't think there is an easy way. So yeah, so before I'll take few more questions, but before that, let me just launch one question and then I'll proceed to the next one. So this is what we were able to do at Build Fast with AI as well. So if you want to generate a month's worth of social media content or maybe visuals in 10 minutes, what can you do? Okay, I think you are already doing this. Okay. So let me end the poll. I think you know the correct answer anyway, so I'm not pushing it again. So this is what, so in our course, as mentioned, so we have a specific modules for image generation models where you will learn how to generate, use advanced image generation tools using image APIs for apps and also build your own models. Okay. So next, I think given the time that we have, so I wanted to cover LLMs and image models in detail where I wanted to cover about different players or something. But for the next few parts, I'll just quickly run you through 3, 4 demos so that you'll get a quick hit. Every time you see, you'll just see a lot of updates from the next slide onwards. So now we will try to talk about audio models. And audio models are also the same. So as of today, I think you can generate any text. So you can just copy paste a paragraph. And you can ask AI model to read it out. So this is some technology that you might have been seeing. So this is nothing new. So whenever you go to a website, you are just able to, uh, let's say something like listen to audio of a particular blog post or maybe something. So this is something that you have already been seeing. So we know about text to speech models. So whenever you are using some audiobooks or something, So you are actually using a text-to-speech model where a particular piece of text is converted into an audio. Right. And we also have seen speech-to-text models. So these are basically transcription type of applications. So whenever I'm speaking something, so let's say in this call, I'm saying something, I'm speaking, and let's say Zoom gives a live transcription of this, or maybe once after the call, I can see the Zoom transcript. So these are some speech to text models. So these have, again, these were existing since 2023, and these models have also become very efficient and very, very cheap in 2024 year, as we can say. And this is something that is already happening. So as of today, you can transcribe a 1 hour audio within just few rupees, right? 5 rupees or something. You can take an entire audiobook and convert into a transcript within just few rupees. So earlier, the same thing used to cost around 50 rupees or something. So even this thing has seen a 90% in cost reduction, right? So some of the areas that have seen a lot of updates in this era, in this 2024 year, are music generation. I think we have started our session with music generation only. So where we have shown you how you can create a song with AI. But right now, what I will show you is I can show you how you can create, how you can clone your own voice, how you can talk to an AI in real time, and I will also show you how you can create a voice agent. I'll show you all these three demos so that you can understand how far we have come with generative AI in 2024 with audio models. So I'll only show you demos, not a lot of theory here. So let me start with a very simple demo. So I'll take a OpenAI model and I will have a real-time chat with it. Then we will take it up a step further. And instead of using OpenAI's voice, I'll use my own voice. Then instead of just using audio, so okay, I'll do this in 3 stages. Stage 1, simple audio model, audio to audio chat. So I'll speak in audio and do this. In stage 2, I'll pump I'll take it a step further and say that instead of talking to any model, I'll talk to a model which speaks in my voice and talks about my course. Audio, which speaks like Satvik or maybe like me. And then third stage, what I'll do is with the audio or multimodal models, a model that can see, hear, and speak. See, a model should be able to see me, it can hear and also speak back to me. So these are the 3 stages of audio models that I will show it to you one by one. So first demo is OpenAI real-time demo, where I'll show you how you can take any model and have a real-time conversation with it. So let me go and show you how that is done. So for this, you will have to go to platform.openai.com. In that, you can click on Playground. In that, you can go to real time. Okay. In this, what you can do is you can just select which model that you want to use. So let's say I want to use a GPT-4o mini model real time. So we all know ChatGPT, where you type in a text and you get the reply back as text. But in this, I want to do hands-free. So my hands will be here. I'll not type anything. I'll just speak to the model and ask any questions that I have. So let me show you how that is done. So let me start a session. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm teaching about you in a course.
That sounds like an exciting course. Are you focusing on how AI can assist in learning and problem solving? I'd love to hear more about what you're teaching.
I'm teaching about advancements of AI in the last year.
That's a fascinating topic. Over the past year, there have been significant advancements in AI, from improvements in natural language processing models to better tools for computer vision and enhanced AI ethics frameworks. Is there a particular aspect of AI's advancement that you're focusing on in your course?
Can you just say hi to everyone who is listening to you right now?
Hello to everyone listening. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you find the course both engaging and insightful.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Enjoy the course.
I hope you were also able to hear the GPT's audio, right? So all of the conversation was in real time. So I didn't, instead of typing anything or doing this, I was able to do this. So this model was recently released. So this is called OpenAI Real-Time API. So we are just moving away from simple text. So everything you think about how you talk to a human, right? So you just speak your words right outside. You don't have to type anything going forward. So we are also seeing a huge upsurge in voice agents, voice models like this, where you can just talk to an AI model and it will give you answers within a few seconds of delay. So it will not even, it will just feel like a real life model. So you can see that the latency was also very, very less. So this is how advanced again we are becoming this year in terms of these models. So this is not a premium. This is a platform model. You will need to recharge it with at least $5 of API credits, and you can use it for a very long time. So this is a platform where you will have to enter your credit card, and again, this is not very costly. So you just recharge it with $3-4 at a time, and you can use it for a good number of hours. Okay. So this is one advancement that we are seeing with generative AI. So I'm guessing everyone was able to hear GPT's voice also, right? Okay, great. So what I'll do is, so this was good, right? So I was able to talk to an AI and it was able to answer about some general questions. But what if instead of using an AI voice, I used my own voice? Instead of talking about anything that is very generic, what if AI was able to talk about the course? So let's say instead of, let's say you are also seeing that I'm struggling very hard to sell the course to you, right? So every few slides I'm talking about my course and all. So, but yeah, so from next time, I'll let AI do the hard work and not myself. So let me show you, go to the next step and show you how that is done. So what I have done is I have created an agent named Satvik, so which speaks in my own voice, uh, which can talk about my own course, right? So I'll just go to my agent and I will show you how I can talk to myself about the course. So let's see that. So let me go to this website called play.ai. So this is the agent that I've created for myself. So this agent can talk about the course. It can introduce any details. So let's say if you want to sign up for a course today, either I can come on to a call with you and explain about the things that are happening, or better, I can send my AI agent to talk to you about the questions. So let me show you how that works. So let me click on talk.
Hi, it's me, Satvik. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind today?
So can you help me with the course?
Sure. What do you need help with?
Uh, Tell me about the generative AI course. Who is teaching it and how will it help me?
I'm the lead mentor for the Generative AI Crash Course. It's a practical, hands on course designed to help you build real world applications in generative AI. Would you like to know more about what the course covers or the schedule?
I want to clarify one thing. I don't have any coding experience. Will this course help me in any way?
Yes, absolutely. The course is designed to be accessible for non coders too. While some basic programming knowledge is helpful, we cover both code based and no code AI tools to make sure you can follow along and learn effectively. Do you want more details on how we support beginners?
I'm a working professional. I don't have a lot of time to spend. Will I be able to manage the course with my daily job?
Definitely. The course is structured to fit a busy schedule with weekly 3 hour live sessions and daily check ins. It's a 4 week course, so you can learn efficiently without overwhelming your routine. Would you like to hear about how others have managed?
Yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you. So as you could see, so I was just able to call an agent and just ask about the course, and it gave me some details. So I think there were few questions that people have asked me on the chat, whether I can. So let's say someone said that they have a very busy schedule. Can they manage? So AI agent was able to answer that. So I also asked question about the coding experience, and you saw how well that agent was able to answer that question. So this is how far we have came with conversational AI also. So this was something that was impossible last year. Last year, if you wanted to do the same thing, you had to use 3 different models for it. So you had to, whatever you are speaking, that had to be converted into text using speech to text models. And then an LLM has to be used to convert whatever text that you are giving into another text. So let's say this is your question. So LLM will answer the question in text, and this has to be sent to another text to speech model. So 3 models had to be used last year to do the same thing. Today, with audio to audio models, you are able to create voice agents like this. And again, this is no longer any sci-fi. So earlier, I think last year when people told that you could sell a course with an AI agent, people didn't believe it, or to be frank, even I didn't believe that it was possible. But as of today, as you have just seen in the demo, so I just opened a chatbot. I just spoke to the chatbot like I generally do for anyone. So I've already given, like I've given this course to few people who want to sign up for the course. I've also given this chatbot to few of my friends as well. So they were not able to distinguish for a time that I am not the one who is actually speaking. So it's both into a spooky category and also some amazing category, both at once. So this is how you can develop some voice agents using AI. But let me take it one more step further. Was there any question? Yeah.
So the text that you gave, did you write the text, what the bot was responding in, or that was all?
So
how-
it uses RAG on the backend. So it uses RAG technology on the backend so that whenever you ask a question, it will search the database. So I have given it some documents about the course that I'm organizing so that it is able to read the documents for whatever purpose and give me back the relevant answers. Okay. So now what we'll try to do is, so this is what we have seen with audio models, right? So gone are the days when you will have to think about simple text to speech or speech to text models. So we have just seen how you can talk to models in real time, just audio to audio. And you can also talk to a model that speaks to you like someone and talks about a particular subject. So whenever you want to do a sales call or maybe anything. So I'm also telling you next year in 2025, you will get a lot of spam calls, people who are pretending to be your friend, right? And their voice will exactly be same as your friend. They will have exact same knowledge about you as much as your friend, and they will be able to scam you. So the thing is, yeah, it cuts both levels. So this agent, if used correctly, so this can also help me automate the entire sales process at the end of the day, saving us a lot of money. And it can also be used in bad ways where, let's say, if someone was able to clone my voice, right? If someone was able to clone my voice and they got access to some of my data in terms of the nuances, how I speak or do something. So they can also train a model or agent that speaks like me, that acts like me and everything. And it can easily be used. So you can embed this agent into a mobile number also as of today. So one thing that you will also have to be very careful going next year is that uh, the like I think I read a recent article which says that there has already been a 50% increase in cyber crimes due to AI, because people earlier, to detect a spam email, you were able to tell easily that okay, there are some lot of spelling mistakes. You could just say that okay, this is a spam email, right? But today, uh, people are using AI to write very convincing emails. So you are not able to distinguish between what a spammer is and what a real scammer is and what not is. And you will also see going forward a lot of voice agents that will mimic your voice, mimic your friend's voice, and try to do that. So be very careful. using this technology, because they are going to be a lot more intelligent. They can be manipulative. They can learn a lot more about you than you can actually imagine. So think about those things. Okay, so let me show you one more demo. That is again, that was just released so far. So till now, whatever we have done is that we are just using audio. So what if a model can also see us? So what if can model, let's say if you are doing a sales call with us, what if our model can see your face, analyze your expressions, and also give you some specific offers? Or maybe if you, let's say, a doctor can actually use this model to actually diagnose a patient. So as of today in telemedicine, you're only speaking on phone. And what if there was a video camera attached and AI also has access to it? So let us see the next step of what we can do with these audio models. So which will be multimodal models. So till now, so far, what we have seen is we have seen LLM models. So which were able to take in text and they were also give output as text. So we have seen audio models. They took in text and they gave speech, or maybe they took speech and they gave speech outside, or maybe simple audio to audio models. We also seen image models that can take in a prompt and then give an image. But what if all these capabilities are combined into a single model? So it can take an text, it can give an image, it can take an audio and give a video as an output, it can take an image and give text plus audio. So all the stuff. So let's say input can be anything: text, image, audio, video, and output can also be anything: audio or video. So this is how a multimodal model works. So multimodal model can take any type of input and give any type of output. So earlier, till last year, the only toughest multimodal model that we have seen last year was GPT-4 vision model. So it was only able to do this much. It was able to take text plus image and give out text. But as of today, you have models that can take text, image, audio, video, documents, uh, can take all of these as input, and it can give you text, image, audio, video as an output as well. So that is where we are at with multimodal models. And if you talk about it, these models are actually ideal for AGI. So if we want to automate some tasks from machines, and so if we want to take some task from human beings and give it to machines, so they should also be able to function like human beings. So let's say as a human being doing this session, so I'm able to listen to what you are asking. I'm able to speak and able to chat. I'm able to read. I'm able to also sense environment around me, so that I'm able to process and integrate information from diverse modes. I'm able to read the chat, I'm able to listen, I'm able to speak. So if I want an AI to be as intelligent as me, it should also be able to do most of the things that I'm able to do. So the concept of multimodal models is primarily important for developing AGI, or maybe if you want to develop humanoids or maybe some robots that are intelligent. A robot just which just takes in text and gives output text is not good, but a robot should be able to see, listen, hear, and speak, and also feel also. So that is where we are getting with multimodal models as of today. So the best multimodal model that we have as of today is by Google, right? So they have released it recently, and Google has been showing some signs of good multimodal models at least since last 7-8 months. But the recent update that they have released last week, or maybe at least 1 week, 10 days back, is absolutely mind blowing. So where you can just share your screen, or maybe just switch on your video cam and ask it anything about yourself. So let me show you how this works and how you can use this. Okay, so let me go to this site called aistudio.google.com, and let me show you how you can use this image model. Okay, so you can go to aistudio.google.com, the link that I've said. So one amazing thing is that this is also free for everyone to use. So you can just use it for free, unlike a few other tools. So you can just go to this website. You can just click on stream real time. So I'm switching off my video from Zoom so that I can switch on a video with Gemini model. Okay, so what I can do is, let me just go to this and let me just click on Show Gemini. Okay, connection failed. So let me try again. Hi, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
What do you think? Okay, there is some latency here. Let me start again. Hi, how do I look?
You look fine. You are wearing a black shirt and glasses, and you appear to have a beard. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Can you tell me what I'm holding on my hand?
You are holding an Amazon Kindle. It appears to be black in color. Would you like me to describe anything else in the video?
What else can you do?
I can answer questions and provide information based on what I see in the video and what you say. Is there anything else you would like me to do for you?
Can you help me solve a math problem?
I can't directly solve math problems because I don't have access to a calculator or other tools. However, if you explain the problem, I might be able to help you with a step-by-step solution. Would you
Okay.
like to try that?
Yeah, so let me come up with a problem.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. Just let me know what the math problem is.
So this is the problem that I'm trying to solve.
Okay, it looks like you are showing me a triangle on a screen. What is the specific question you have about it?
How do I find this third angle?
Okay, you have a triangle with two known angles, one of 30 degrees and another of 60 degrees. And you want to know how to find the third angle. The
Yes.
sum of all angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. So, to find the third angle, you will need to add the two known angles and then subtract that sum from 180 degrees.
Okay, got it.
Do you want to try that? Great, so the third angle is 90 degrees. Do you have any other math questions you would like to discuss?
No, that was it for the day. Thank you. Okay, so you were able to see that, right? So a multimodal model in action. So what I was able to do right now is I just spoke to a model that was able to see me uh, in my video, and I just had some doubt and I just showed it to it. So think about the applications that it can have in different ways. So let's say an ultimate way that it can help is in education. So let's say many people might not have access to teachers. So as of today, if I'm solving a math problem, I can just share it with Gemini and then ask it to uh, solve the problem for me. Or better yet, let's say if I want some feedback in terms of uh, okay, so let's say I can also deploy this model on a factory floor. So whenever a CCTV cam or something, so currently they are just recording the video and they can't detect anything in real time. So what I can do is I can just switch on a Gemini model and I can put it on a factory floor, or maybe I can put it on any where, and I can say if an employee is not following a procedure, just shout and tell him that this is not the way to do, or maybe do anything like that. So these are some of the possibilities that we will see very shortly. So this model has just been released just last week. So 2023, as with earlier, let's say in 2023, when I was doing this session, multimodal models were just starting. And in the entire year 2024, we have seen hundreds of multimodal models. So in the end of this year, which is 2024, so we just saw a lot of real-time multimodal models, real-time APIs and multimodal models. So next year we will see a crazy growth of these. So many telecallers or maybe anything that you will see with AI, a lot of companies will start using AI generated feeds and models in different purposes uh, and do that. So currently we don't have this live in our course because this was just released 10 days back. In few days, we will add new modules about multimodal model, live models also in our course so that you can learn more about these. So if you want to learn more about multimodal models, audio models, something like voice cloning, how to build conversational AI and everything. So these are the things that we'll also cover in our Launchpad course. So if you are interested or want to know more about this, you can just say hi on the chat, and we will let you know ways to sign up for the course and know more about this. Yeah, I think there is a comment that actually I feel like I'm living in a stone age, still using ChatGPT for basic stuff. Yeah, so exactly. So this is what I'm also telling people since last 1-2 years, that 19. So you are not alone when you say that. So 99% of the people that I interact with, or at least 97% of the people, only know about ChatGPT. Maybe 2% of people know about something like Claude or maybe few other chatbots. Not even 0.1% of people know about things that I'm talking today, right? So these multimodal models, image models, audio models, so everything that you are seeing right now as of today, most people don't know these things as of now. Okay. So any questions or queries on this? I think we are almost at the end of the session. I just have 1-2 demos that I quickly want to show. But before that, I'll take 1-2 questions.
Okay, I have a question, Satvik. So in your experience, like for enterprise grade, right? Uh, so what is happening is, so I'm into DevOps, and let's say Microsoft, Google, and AWS, they are actually offering, let's say, 100K, 200K to use AI in actual live enterprise scenarios. It seems that these large companies also they don't have a lot of customers who are actually implemented AI in real-time enterprise grade. So, have you had any kind of experience in your consulting or any kind of customer that maybe not using, but any of the open tools or something in enterprise grade, or seen any kind of direct correlated results?
So most of the tools that I'm talking about right now in terms of real-time APIs or something, these are pretty new. So that so what I generally see is that any technology that comes into a market, startups or maybe small companies are the quickest to adapt to them because they don't have to go through a lot of processes in terms of data security, privacy, and they also have a lot of nimble teams. So that if there is any update, many startups, and again, uh, startups with very good tech teams or maybe updated teams are able to implement that within 1 month of getting new updates. But in corporates, if there is any update today, a corporate company takes anywhere between 6 to 12 months to actually implement that because of many things. So one is that there is an awareness issue. So even if they are aware about it, they are not sure how to do it. So once they figure how to do it, they search for talent. And once they have talent, they also have to figure out about these data security and privacy concerns, and then put a team together in this thing. So that way, enterprises are moving towards implementing generative AI, but the progress so let's say even one of the primary reason why we started Build Fast with AI is also that. So if let's say this is what is happening in generative AI as of today. So as of today, general public or maybe companies are only able to use this much in their applications, right? If there are 100 points of updates that are happening, companies are barely using less than 10 points or maybe 10 updates in their products. So imagine if all the companies or individuals were able to leverage this technology, the productivity or maybe the improvements in creativity will be very, very enormous. So to your question, yeah, like many organizations are still struggling with implementing generative AI at a large scale. But one good sign that we are seeing is that for simple applications like chatbots on a data set or something, these have been on a consistent rise. Uh, so yeah, adoption is happening. It is slow, but it will soon start picking up in 2025 because, as mentioned, 2023 was year for an experimentation. 2024 we are seeing real usable technologies being developed. In 2025 will really be an adoption year.
Okay, so I have one question. Like you show कि website उससे बन जाती है AI से. So what is the use of coding then? Like अगर हम coding नहीं भी सीख रहे, then also we can do the work. So coding की value क्या है फिर?
So think about it this way, right? I'll tell you two analogies for it. So first thing is that uh, let's say whenever take something like a self-driving car, right? So as of today, self-driving cars are good, but not too good also. So except for one, two exceptions. So if you want to use a self-driving car, maybe 70% of it can be automated using, let's say, the self-driving software. 30% you will have to be there to uh, drive it whenever it is required, maybe during parking or maybe here and there. So even with AI, so even though it is very, very good as of today, it's not completely perfect. So that is one reason that you will have to learn generative AI coding in one way. And the second reason is that, so the way the people have been coding is shifting from generations. So earlier, if you wanted to host a website, so let's say 15 to 20 years back, so you had to write the entire code, server code, deployment code, and it was a lot of process. So it took weeks to just deploy a website years back. So today, even though people are doing full coding, the deployment part is just one click. So coding will move at a different level. The way people will interact with code will differ. So earlier people were writing every line one by one. Today they are just instructing AI to do that. But at the end of the day, you will have to understand the code that it is writing. So at the end of the day, if your application fails or anything happens, you will be responsible, AI will not be responsible. So having a basic understanding of coding, I'm not telling that you should learn to code at the same level as people were doing 2 years back, but having an idea of how coding works, how to use the code, how to debug the code, how to understand what is working where, understanding basics is inevitable. However good AI is, even if AI is 100% good, uh, I would still say you will have to learn basics so that you are able to guide it effectively.
Hi, Satvik. This is Aman. Satvik, can you tell me the broad difference between what is open source and closed source? Like, what's the distinction between it?
So open source, as in, let's say, if you are using something like a Gemini model, as you are seeing. So if you want to use a Gemini model, the only way is you have to go to the Gemini website and use it, because you don't have access to the model. You can't download the model anywhere. But let's say if you look at a Llama model or something, Llama model, you can go to a website like Hugging Face or something, and you can download the model and use it in your own system. So let's say this is the Llama model, the latest Llama model. You can download it and use it in your own system. So in this, you have complete control over where you download the model. You can download the model in your own system, in your own server, and use it. Isse the benefits are you will have complete data security and control over that, right? In a closed source model, you don't have control over where the model is coming from, who is using it, and how it is being used.
All right, thank you.
Okay, there was one other question from someone. Someone raised a hand.
Hi, Satvik. Thank you so much for the really amazing presentation. I'm just very grateful I could attend it today. I am a very basic user of AI, but I do a lot of extensive work. I mean, I need to deliver presentations. I need to create infographics, PowerPoint slides, and stuff. So I'm just thinking, will your course also help me think in that direction, get better at it, or are there other ways I can, learn to do it better with AI?
So the thing is, what we try to, we'll teach everything that is happening in AI one thing, and we will constantly push you towards thinking how you can use generative AI within your own respect. So so in every cohort that we do, we have very diverse set of people. So the exercises that we give it during the course, or even during doubt solving sessions, or maybe the live sessions that we do, we strongly encourage people to think about applications in their own sectors. So with whatever exercises that you get, you will be pushed towards thinking for your own applications. And you can also ask us any specific questions or doubts as to how you can apply that using our live or doubt solving sessions as well.
Yeah, all right. Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think we are not just done yet. So I'll show you one more demo, final AI agent demo, and then I think we have not covered video models yet. So, okay. So I'll show you one video model. I think since we don't have a lot of time, so I'll just show you a demo and just tell you how you can do that yourself. This is my own superhero model. Just type superhero. Okay. So this is a video or generation model that I've used to generate images of myself. So this is first image. So this is an image of me walking with Deadpool. So this is an image of me walking with Batman in New York streets. Again, none of this is real. All of this is AI generated. So as of today, you also have video generation models that can help you generate videos also. So we have seen how you can transform text, how you can transform audio, how you can transform images and also videos. So you can, I also wanted to cover this, but given the time, we will try to come back to this shortly if you have more time. So what you can do is you can actually create your own product and you can also create an advertisement for it. So let's say if you want to create a new, you can also try this. I'll just tell you the steps. So use a website like Ideogram, Midjourney, or even Flux or some models like that to create an image of your product. It could be like a new type of sneaker, a new type of car or anything. And then use tools like a Canvas or Krea to make edits to it. So let's say if I'm doing a clothing line, so I can generate some versions of it and I can refine and edit with AI. And then I can put into a video generation model where it will give me an advertisement also. So thinking about a product and creating an advertisement, how much time would it have taken in real time? So let's say before AI. So let's say if you wanted to start a clothing company or anything, so you have to make designs, then give it to stitching, get a model to wear it, do a photo shoot, then do a video shoot, edit. All this process would cost you around lakhs of rupees and months of time. But I can do all of those things for less than $5 in less than 1 hour, sitting in my own chair without moving an inch, right? So this is some of the possibilities with generative AI, as you can see. So try out this thing. So it might, so try to search. So even if you're not exactly clear, so try doing this yourself. And if you have any questions, let us know. So we'll be able to help you with that. So this is with image models and this is with video models. So one other amazing thing that we did with videos is that when we are someone who is teaching generative AI in and out day in like every day, every week we are doing lots of sessions. So what we thought is when we wanted to teach generative AI, so we wanted to design a product that uses generative AI at the center. So one of the innovative solution that we have designed for our own course is a video RAG solution. So where in our course, whichever video that you are watching, so few of the people who are signing up for the course may be very new to coding. So many of the people, or maybe 90% of the people, don't know about generative AI because generative AI is only 1-2 years old. So even I didn't know a lot about generative AI before 1.5-2 years because it didn't exist. So what we thought is, what if you could chat with videos in real time? So that is what we did. So let's say whenever you go to our premium platform, so this is the platform that you will get. So all the people who sign up for the course will actually get this advanced premium platform. So I'll show you some of the features in this. So let's say you are watching some video. So let's say this is the video that you are watching. And you see that
The
I'm
message
speaking
that the
about
bot is giving. So this is the message will be the
So you're watching this video and you don't exactly understand. So let's say this is the point that you're stuck at. You're not probably understanding the code, or maybe you're not understanding anything. So what we have developed is a video RAG chatbot where you can just click on the chat button. And we are able to identify how many videos that you have watched till that point, right? And we are also able to identify exact point where you're stuck in the video. So you can just pause the video and just ask, explain the concept introduced here. So when you click on that, we have taken intelligence of all the things that you have studied so far and the exact point in the video where you are asking the question. So as you can see, it talks about the concept interaction or the types of messages, user messages, and other messages. So it gives you an explanation of the code wherever you are stuck within this thing. And all the quizzes that we generate in the course are also AI generated. So in the entire platform, you will also find a lot of references to AI, and you can use AI directly to help you learn better as well. So this is one of the solution that we have used. So we have developed AI solutions for a lot of companies, and we also try to use all these technologies within our own products as well. So this is one of the innovative video rack feature that is currently live on our AI platform. And we are also planning a lot of learning tools and methods for everyone to learn generative AI a lot more effectively. So if you want to learn generative AI starting next year, so like you might have already seen the amazing things that you could do with generative AI as of today. Uh, so if you want to, so even think about this, even if you are able to save 2-3 hours of your time every day. So let's say someone spoke about they do a lot of presentations or something. Let's say if it's making a single graph for you used to take 15-20 minutes, what if you could do that within 10 seconds now? So if you're writing a proposal or a mail, which would take you 30 minutes, now what if you can write that within 1-2 minutes? So over a time, you will be able to save tens of hours every week. So I'll also give an example from my own life. So currently, I run Build Fast with AI, where we teach a lot of courses. We do hundreds of workshops every year, or maybe we do at least 20-30 workshops every month. And we do consulting for, at any given point, we are doing consulting for 4 to 5 companies. And we are also building our own products. So the reason that I'm able to manage all these things and reason our team is able to put all this together, we are a very small team, less than 10 members. We are able to do all this because we leverage AI very hugely, right? Starting from writing posts to developing code for websites to writing communications to do everything. We use AI from start to end. So you can also take advantage of generative AI to become a lot more effective going forward. So currently, if so, we are doing this offer so that you can start your fresh year by learning generative AI. So you have seen how far we have come with generative AI so far, and AI is only going to get lot better and lot more powerful in the next year. So if you will learn generative AI as of today, so you will be in top 0.1% for sure. So as many people were also telling, like as I'm mentioning, 97-98% people only use ChatGPT. 1 or 2% know a little bit know, and only 0.1% of the people know about all the tools that I'm mentioning. So if you are in this 0.1%, you can be 50 times more productive than you currently are, and you can do a lot more things. So if you want to know more about how you can leverage generative AI, if you want to have a specific call with us to help you understand more, so we'll be more than happy to help you. So you can just say hi on the chat, and we already have your name from the Zoom registration. So we will help you with the promo code as well. Right. So the current, I'll just tell you. So the current price of the course is 30,000 rupees, but we are also actively partnering with a lot of companies to give you hundreds of dollars in free credits also. So whenever you sign up for the course, you will get some GPU credits. You will also get some LLM credits. And there are few other partnerships that we are soon to close, which will also give you some $100 in additional credits to help you build applications also. So we not only teach you and empower you to build, we will also give you resources to help you build that very well. So yeah, the overall cost of the course is 30,000, and currently we are giving an inaugural, let's say 20-25 discounts. So you just say hi on the chat, and we will send you the promo code that will help you do this thing. So you can just say hi on the chat, and we will help you with promo codes that will help you with signing up for the course. And if you want to know more information about how you can learn generative AI and how you can leverage it, or if you have any other questions up until this point, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask now. Okay, I think I have one demo that I'm still wanted to show. So yeah, keep the questions coming in while I just show you a demo of how we have created this AI travel planner agent also.
Hi, Satvik. Sriram here again. I had some internet issues. I dropped off when you were answering my question, but I have another one. So when we are building these products using AI tools, right? How are we? What kind of, let's say, compliance or security do you have to approach if you are building that doesn't allow. So I think one of the gentlemen asked about copyright or like plagiarism or those kind of things. If we are trying to ship products and then monetize from those, what are the things? So are those, will those kind of parameters, like how do you tackle those in your experience?
Uh, Parts like what?
Like compliance, copyright, plagiarism, right? So let's say if I'm creating let's say an AI tool which will help writers create technical blogs or something, and then it's a lot of AI generated. Now, how do you avoid that the final output is not like, plagiarized from an existing article or something? So how do you uh, integrate those kind of things in your AI tools, or how do you avoid um, being tested on copyright issues or something like that. I'm not
Yeah,
getting the right words, but
I got the question. So let's say again, there are different aspects to it.
right.
So when you talk about text models, so currently it's indistinguishable. So no one will probably, so if you are doing an exact 100 to 100% mapping of your course, I think, let's say if you are generating any content and if it exactly matches 100% to the existing content on internet, most of the plagiarism checkers will already catch it, right? So that shouldn't be a problem if your content is exactly matching something on internet. If you are using AI to enhance it, so there are some tools to help you understand if it is closely related. But in most of the applications that I have seen or seeing, that is not primarily a concern when talking about text models, because as of today, everyone knows that generating text or maybe generating content is just a prompt away.
Right.
So with text things, I'm not seeing a lot of pushback in terms of copyright or maybe plagiarism that way, except for very academic situations. When you talk about images, as I've mentioned, yeah, it's a real concern. Let's say if you are designing a poster or maybe designing a logo that looks very similar to the company that is already there or existing.
Right.
So in those cases, you will have to depend. You will have, so one thing is that there are some tools that can check for similarity. And the second thing is that, as I've mentioned, if you are using tools from something like Adobe or Microsoft or
Mhm.
something, they
Yeah.
say that they will copyright cover also. Let's say if you
Got
use
it.
their tool, generate some images, if someone sues you going forward, they say that they are going to cover legal costs. So you can also use those tools. But for most startups and all, like I think these almost every AI company today, every major LLM company, image company have some copyright lawsuits running on them. And this is
Got it.
a very active space that is evolving.
Mhm.
So you have to, based on which time you're developing and what exactly you're using, you might want to check the latest policies before deploying it in production or maybe whatever checks that you have to do.
Understood. Thank you. And is it something that you would also, during the course of like your course, is it something that you would also provide, like inform or guide your students or
So
learners?
what we do is, whenever I'm explaining any topic, I'll try to give some implications of using technology. So just like I just covered about a voice model, right? Where I just covered about a voice model that speaks like me, and I've also said some issues that you will run into when
Correct.
someone
Yes.
can clone
Spam
and
calls
actually be
and so on.
spam. So throughout the duration of calls, I give these examples about how guardrails work and how different issues work. So that is anyways ingrained within all the lectures. But if you have any specific requests also, you can ask that during the live lectures and the doubt solving sessions.
Thank you.
Yeah, so maybe one final tool. I think this is the tool that our team has built. So I'll just show you. So let's say this is a year end, let's say this is the year end, and most of you might have some travel plans and you might be struggling to decide where to go or how to do or what to do the bookings. So this is the AI travel planner. This is the app that our team has created using AI agents. So this is how it works. So you can also try it along with me. So you'll just have to give it an LLM API key and Google search API key, and you can just use it. So let me show you how you can do that. So you can go to this website called console.grok.com to get your free API key. So I'll just say travel app. So I'm copying this and I'm pasting it this. And I'll also get a Google search API key. So I'll just go to SERP API and I will copy the API key here. I'm going to delete these API keys later because API keys are something personal to everyone. So I'm just entering this. So now let's say I want to go to Tokyo. I want to go there for 3 days. And my budget is, let's say, if enough people purchase the course, I might probably able to afford a luxury vacation. So I'll just click on that just for purpose. Okay, and I can also say that I want to travel for relaxation, culture, and nature. Okay, so what we can do is, so I have entered all these destinations: Tokyo, 3 days, luxury, and this thing. So now I'm pressing enter. So what this AI agent will do is it will search the entire internet for relevant hotels based on my relevant hotels trips and all. It will also give me some booking links. So I mentioned that I want uh, some luxury accommodation. So it is also suggesting some luxury accommodation links. It is searching for offers and it is also giving me some links as to where I need to visit. So many a times you can do this with ChatGPT also, but the problem with ChatGPT is ChatGPT only has knowledge till a certain point, and if a particular website is not updated, or maybe if a particular site is closed for a particular time, you won't get to know about it. But this AI agent is connected to internet, and for whatever query you ask, it will actually search the entire internet and it will give you the live prices. So let's say if you're booking a hotel today, so if you ask ChatGPT, it might say that it is $100, but that cost will be around 3 years back, 2 years or 3 years back. But when you're connecting it to an internet, it is able to do that and search live links. So this is a travel agent that we have created. So where you can just type any location. Let's say you want to go to Dubai, you want to go for 5 days, and you have a medium budget, and you can say for what you are traveling. So let's say I'm not traveling for culture or nature. So I'm just traveling for shopping, right? And I can just click on generate plan. So basically it will just search internet for these purposes: where to shop, where to go there, and what are the accommodation things. And it is also giving some, let's say, shopping tour, 5-day itinerary. It is also giving some videos that I can watch. So instead of you having to spend a lot of time looking at a lot of data, so you can develop this AI agent that can do a lot of things. And I think we don't have time for a finance agent also. So we also, during the course, we also cover something called a finance advisor, where you can just enter your portfolio and it will analyze your portfolio based on the latest stock prices, analyze the risks in your portfolio and give you idea. So all of this will be covered in the 4th module of our course. So this is a 6-week course. In the 4th module, we cover everything about AI agents. So you will also learn how to build some applications like this after that. So yeah, so AI agents is one of the last topic that I wanted to cover for this topic. So the overall idea for about this Rewind course, I think we are almost close to 2 hours 40 minutes or close to 3 hours. So I think we have good number of people still there. So thank you all for being here till now. So I hope you have got an idea of where we are with generative AI this year in terms of different technologies, and we are only going to get better going forward. So if you want to know more about how you can upskill yourself in generative AI coming next year, so you can just say hi on the chat and we will get in touch with you to help you with some exclusive promo codes, end of the year promo codes to help you register. So with this, I end my lecture part for this, and I'm on the call for some more time. So if you have any questions or queries or anything, you can just ask me right now about the course or anything, and we'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, I kind of unmuted. If Pritika wants to go first, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much. I have a question. So, for somebody with no coding experience, or even basically, I haven't worked with APIs and things like that. Do you think it'll be helpful if I do some basic courses on LinkedIn Learning just to bring myself up to speed on, say, Python or something like that, so that I'm better prepared to go on the 6-week program?
So what I would suggest is that is not required, because to to create something like an AI agent. So I'll just show you the code for this. So let's say this is our travel agent that we have created.
Yeah.
This travel agent is only this much code. So why do you have to entire Python where you will spend 2-3 months and try to learn all the things? So to do AI with you don't need to know 100% of Python. You don't only need to know some basic concepts like writing simple functions, using simple APIs and everything. So during the course, we cover everything.
See,
So
just an example that is more relevant to me. For example, let's say I want to research on the topic of sustainable investing, and I want to put together a deck that answers specific questions, that some strategic questions for my company. Let's say, as a use case. So, will I be able to create an AI agent for me for doing something like this on on different topics every now and then? And I don't need Python knowledge for that. Is that what you're saying?
So the thing is, in the course, we show you both no code options and code options, but code options are also very simple. For your topic about finance agent, let's say. So this is the just save API keys. This is one, and this is like 2-3 lines. So instructions are taking up 5 lines, right? You can just tell what your agent should do. You just give it in natural instructions saying that you have to do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Now your agent is ready. So I'll say that NVIDIA stock trends, do a detailed analysis and create a report. So now agent is starting to work and agent is working. So how many lines? So it's doing a current analysis, current stock price, 50-day average, all these things. So to develop AI agents or to develop chatbots or fine tuning, most of it done without code, or even if you want to do it with code, it's only few lines at a time. So one that not issue, but one thing that so the question that you ask is not something new. So many people try to learn course, learn Python or maybe some other language for many months to just start learning Python. They never know where to end learning Python because it's also endless, right? So they just get loop of learning Python for 2-3 months, then they are demotivated all in all that उनको code ही नहीं समझ आ रहा है, how can they learn these things?
So
That is not
true. Yeah.
so. You can just start with this, and if you need any help with understanding code or something, our team will be there to help you understand with concepts. We also have a lot of AI tools to help you understand, so that will be taken care of. But yeah, effort will be little more for people who don't know to code at all, rather than the people programming knowledge. But as long as you are open to learn, I think it's not a very big thing, because I'm showing you an example that this is an AI agent that you can create in 5 lines.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Satvik. That answers my question.
Yeah. The other question.
Yes. So Satvik Sriram, yeah. So just wanted to understand the flow of the course. So it's a 6 weeks course. How does it happen? Like we have some video lectures that you have to go through, and you mentioned there is a 3-hour live sessions per week. How does the distribution work? That's my one question. Second, again, I have another question with respect to AI agents, right? So you said you'll help us through AI. I've tried using Vertex AI, and so on. So is it like one single tool, or you'll go through different tools, or the best possible one to create agents? How will that be?
Okay. I'll just tell you the structure of the course.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier we were doing 2-3 months back. I think the bot that I've shown, I didn't update the data on it. So that's also a problem with AI agent. So it's currently, this is the plan. So it will be a 6-week course. So where, let's say every Saturday, so we will start the course on a Saturday. Every Saturday, we will have a 2-hour lecture where we will give you an overview of what you are yet to see in the next 5 days. So we have 6 modules. Let's say, I'll just show you the syllabus directly on the website. Okay, so this is our A Launchpad syllabus. So this is a 6-module course. So for every module, you will try to understand one core concept of generative AI. So first module is focused on understanding what are LLM. So all the LLM things that I've covered in the first 30-40 minutes, you will learn here. Prompt engineering, how you can develop simple apps, basics of Python, all will be covered in module 1. Module 2 is everything about chatbots, RAG, assistants and all. So whatever I have shown about cloning my own face, cloning my own audio model or writing model will be covered in module 3. Module 4 is about AI agents. Module 5 is about helping you build your own AI SaaS business. So this will help you write code or build applications with minimal code assistant using agents. And module 6 we'll spend on, let's say many people that we have seen, whenever signing up for the course, they already have 1 or 2 use cases in mind. Either they want to use AI to become more productive at X job, or maybe they want to build some application. So module 6 will primarily focus on building a capstone project. So how does these modules work? So every module, what we do is we start on a Saturday. On Saturday, we will have a 2.5 hour lecture where I will give you an overview of. So let's say before module 1 starts, I will give you an overview of what is yet to come your way. So I will tell you that in the first module, we will be learning about prompt engineering. I'll tell you about the basics, how to use API keys, and what are the core concepts. And from every day following the week, we will release three videos on our platform. So let me just open it and show you. So this is the premium platform that you will get access to. So initially, when you sign up for the course, all the modules will be locked. So module 2, module 3, module 2 to 6 will be locked. Only module 1 will be unlocked. And even in module 1, as you can see, there are 5 different subtopics. So on day 1, we will only release 3 videos or 4 videos. On day 2, we'll release the next 3 videos. On day 4, we will release next 4 videos. So we do a scheduled release so that you're not overwhelmed with the video. So you only try to watch 3 to 4 videos every day. So amounting to around 30 to 40 minutes of video content plus 1 exercise. So we will release 5 into 4 videos every week. So Saturday will act as a pivot session where we will tell you what is yet to come your way. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we keep releasing new videos. And every Wednesday, we have a 2-hour doubt solving session where you can ask us about any questions that you have. So in any given week, you will have around 4 hours of live lectures plus doubt solving. Plus, you will have around 20-30 videos, 20 to 25 videos, plus exercises that are released. So this is how the course will work in the first 5 modules. In the 6 modules, in the 6th module, we will try to have additional doubt solving sessions. We will have some sessions with our team that can help you build upon and refine your ideas and help you do that as well. So the idea is by the end of the course, you will know about all the basic concepts of generative AI, and not only know those concepts, but also are confident about building something with that and applying them. Does that answer your question?
Yes, understood. And the timings, are they already confirmed?
Yeah, so time, and every Saturday we try to have a call between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So the same timings as the session today. So last week, around the same time, we had a last session of our this year's cohort. So every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. we have a kickoff session for next week. And on Wednesdays, generally between 8 to 10:30 p.m. or something, we try to schedule a call. And we will also inform the cohort a day in advance if everyone is fine, and then we'll set up a time on Wednesday. So Saturday 11 to 1 p.m. IST, will be the session, and then on Wednesday 8 to 10:30 p.m. We will try to do a doubt solving session. So this will happen for 6 weeks.
Just a question. So Satwik, I live in London, and this 11 a.m. is too early for me. So can it be pushed to 1 o'clock or something in the afternoon so that everybody can join?
We will try to do that. We have at least two. We had around 2 people from London joining last cohort as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's a 5.5 hour difference right now. How did they
yeah,
manage? You think those folks from London, they managed this time to join this time?
yeah, they were able to attend all the lectures. One or two, I think the thing is, 1 or 2 lectures everyone misses. So one thing is that all the videos are recorded end to end.
Uh-huh.
So that even if you miss once or 1 or 2 lectures here and there, that should be fine, because all are recorded and all the content that we cover during the 2-hour session will anyways be distributed across those 5 days. So
Okay.
yeah, and we also saw like one trend that we are also seeing is uh, so earlier we only used to do live sessions. When we started these live sessions, people were more interested in watching the recorded videos because they can watch it at their own pace, and
Yeah.
only 60% attend the course regularly, and rest of the people just audit it and just attend out solving sessions, or they schedule direct calls during the week.
Okay, great. But for instance, if I'm not able to attend the live session, can I still how do I ask my questions then?
So we have a WhatsApp group where we have, like, I will be there and the entire team will also be there. So
Acha,
doubt
okay.
solving generally during the evenings, if that works. Or let's say there are some times where people were in time zone where none of that was feasible for them. So for that, we will also schedule direct calls with you, with me or team based on availability, and you can ask any questions during that time.
Okay, great. I just have one last question. So my mom might also be interested in doing the course, and she's a retired person, but she's very interested, just to understand and stuff. It's okay. I mean, people, but she's very tech savvy, and she is, she's highly qualified, she's highly educated. So I mean, people like that can also join. I mean, people who have just not had any experience with AI, but in general can, yeah.
Yeah, so even what I was telling is this technology knows no bounds, irrespective of the domain
Okay.
experience. This
Okay.
can help it, and you don't need to be an AI engineer to use AI. Most of it,
Yeah.
90% of it, simple prompts. So if
Yeah.
your mom wants to sign up for it, more than welcome.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you so much, Satwik. Yeah.
Hi, Satwik.
Yeah, hi.
Satwik, one question around AI agents, like how they are different from LLM and how we can get like accurate data to train the AI agent that we want to build.
Think about this. LLM is a car, but AI agent is the trip.
Okay,
Does
okay,
let's say LLM is just an engine that you are using to do some task. So let's say if you want to make a trip from point A to point B, you are using a car. So car is just like an LLM, and trip is the agent part that you have. So LLMs are basically you give it a text and you get the output as text. So LLMs are
yeah,
primarily instance-based systems. So whereas agents are goal-based systems. So when you ask an agent to go and research about NVIDIA stock, so let's say even in the example that I'm showing, so let's say
yeah,
I just give it NVIDIA stock trends. So the agent itself is figuring out that it has to find all these details. So the agent is searching the internet by itself and it is doing the job. So here, whenever we are using an AI agent, it is a goal-based system. Whereas you are using an LLM, it's an instruction-based system where you give, let's say ChatGPT is an LLM, right? You give it an instruction, you
yeah.
get the output, refine it, get it output. Whereas agent is again a wrapper around an LLM to help you do some tasks efficiently.
Okay, okay.
So there is a question about, is there a value in learning something like Crew AI before joining the course. So you don't have to learn Crew AI because we teach Crew AI in our course. So if you look at the agents module, which you can see my screen, so we have an entire set of videos for Crew AI. So where we have around 4 or 5 videos just dedicated to how you can use this technology. And we also cover many other agent libraries like Scapegrass, Swarm, and PhiData also. So you don't need to learn any agents or anything before coming.
Hi, Satvik. Satvik, can you tell me the AI tool you use to change the black tie on your photo? The,
Which one? Black
you,
tie.
yeah, you
Kriya
will
AI.
put, sorry?
I'm just sending it on the chat. It's called Kriya AI, KREA.ai.
Is it free or is it paid?
This has a free version, so it doesn't have unlimited free, but you certainly can edit few photos for free.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Aryan, I think someone has.
Yeah. Hi, Satvik.
Yeah.
So, Satvik, I actually missed one somewhere. So, can you just summarize? Like, I've seen through all the websites and I'm very interested, but Q&A, if you can just wrap up about the work. Uh,
About the course?
yes.
Yeah, so our course, Generative AI Bootcamp, is something that we have designed for anyone to get started in generative AI. So this is a 6-week course which will help you build, deploy, and dominate in AI, if I can say that. So one primary reason, so we have made a lot of changes to our course in the last 1-2 months. Given we are seeing a lot of changes, so a lot of many advancements happened in the last 1-2 months. So we have changed the structure, and current course that we are running is Generative AI Launchpad 25. So the idea of this course is 2025 is going to be a very big year for AI, and we will help you get prepared for it. So as you have seen in the entire duration of this lecture, so we have covered advancements with LLMs, image models, audio models, and so on. So we have created this 6-week structured program that will help you learn all of these things. So this is how it works. So we have 6 modules in the course, where every module we try to tackle one of the core concept in generative AI. So module 1 will cover about LLMs, prompt engineering, using frameworks like LangChain and so on. Module 2 will cover about applications like chatbots, developing assistants, chatbots on PDF, chatbot on YouTube video, and so on. Module 3 will cover about fine tuning and how you can build your AI clone. So in this, we have fine tuning of models, creating your own audio models, creating your own video models. All will be covered in module 3. Module 4 is about automation with AI agents. Module 5 is about building your own AI SaaS business. So where we will cover some tools and techniques that will help you build websites within 1 hour. So where we will teach you some basics of how you can use AI for coding, develop full stack websites in under 20 minutes, and a lot of ideas around it. So module 6 will be the capstone project that will help you take all the learnings that you had in the first 5 modules to build something that you wanted to build. So in most of the cases, we see that people, when signing up for the course, already have some vague idea or maybe a clear idea of what they want to build at the end of the day. So module 6 will be a way where we will support you to help you build that as well. So yeah, 6 modules. The way it is structured is every Saturday we have a session to kick off a particular week. So we have a session every Saturday. We have a session every Saturday, which is around 2.5 hours. And we will give you an overview of what is yet to come in that module. So every weekday, we will release 4 videos. So in every module, within every module, again, we have 5 topics. So let's say this is the module 1. In module 1, we have 5 topics. So we release around 4 or 5 videos every day so that you are not overwhelmed. And we have exercises and quizzes that you can do. So within, in the entirety of 6 weeks, every weekday, we will be releasing 3-4 new videos. that you can watch. And every Saturday and Wednesday, we have a live lecture and a doubt solving session, respectively.
Okay,
Thank
and when does
Yeah. What was the question? Follow-up question.
when will this begin?
So we are, I think, since everyone will be in vacation mode this last week, so we will start it in Jan second week. The starting of Jan second week will be the day. But we are currently running some year-end discounts, so all the offers will only be applicable for the next few days. So if you can, so for anyone interested, if you can just say hi on the chat, we will send you the promo codes that will help you avail the course at a discount before the next year comes.
Yeah, thanks for this. I'll definitely take it up. I mean, I don't know. Will I get the link via WhatsApp? I'll sign up for myself and my mom. But my question
Mhm.
is, once we are done with this 6-week program, Satvik, how do we keep ourselves updated on a continuous basis? I mean, do you offer some sort of a regular call that we can participate in, or you know?
So 2, 3 ways. So one thing is that you will have access to all the videos for 1 year entirely. So
Uh-huh.
whenever update, we keep updating the videos, and you will also get notification that we have updated a new video, so you can watch that. So that is one way.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And as a part of Build Fast with a community of around thousands of members, so
Okay.
we do free workshops every month. We will give you notifications to join the workshops as well, and you will also be a part of our premium WhatsApp community where we'll be sending some new updates also.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
Advik, I have a question. How do
Yeah.
I learn about modalities of AI? Like, what is possible with AI and what is not? For example, in my job, we just simply pull number of employees for a company in an Excel sheet. So how do I know if I can automate this with an AI or not? Like,
So the thing is, for one part, Excel is also a very big part. So we have a specific module that will help you understand how you can use. Okay, I'll just show you. So we have a module for GPT with Excel. So how any formulas that you want to do in Excel, any external APIs that you want to connect with Excel or anything, we will show you how to do that. And data analysis, you can just upload any Excel sheet and do a quick analysis on that. So you will so in this entire this module automation with AI, we will cover everything that you need to know about how you can work with Excel sheets and CSVs with AI. And we also have some no-code automation tools like N8N, where we will try to cover how you can create some automations. Let's say we have this lead generation video that you can see, where we show how you can, let's say in this video, we create an agent in this. I'll just show you. We show you this AI agent where you can just, when someone applies onto your website, GPT will process whether it is a good lead or not, and then it will directly send an email also. So this is a process that you will get to learn in 15 minutes. So this platform will be shown to you how you can connect it. So for your specific Excel application or automation application, this would certainly help. And for learning modalities and all, module 3 is all about modalities. So we start with LLMs, then we go to image models, then we go to audio and multimodal models. So it will give you an overall understanding of different technologies and also some specific tools that might help you in different applications.
okay, thank you.
Hi, Satvik. I have one more question.
Yes.
So currently, I'm more of a AI tool user. Like, I don't get into coding or the technical stuff. Uh, and more of like the AI SaaS tools which are there on net. Like how you showed Play HD, you showed AI Studio. So all these I've been able to use and get my job done. I'm afraid, like I mean, I've never been able to touch the technical side of thing, and I think that's where you are enabling us. Um, but how will it help? Like, for example, you just showed the AI financial agent, right? Uh,
Mhm.
Sometimes these are available, maybe available online, or as you said, that LLM is a car and AI agent is a trick. So I can maybe get it done with a ChatGPT O1 Plus model and ask it to. Uh, so my simple question is like, knowing the technical, doing it locally, hosting it locally versus using some online on cloud solution AI. Like, if you're in my footstep, how will we address it?
Okay, two answers to it. So one thing is that uh, let's say even after the course, even if you don't code or do anything with coding directly, you will still be able to use the tools a lot better. So just think about like this. Let's say if you understand human psychology, you will be able to work better with humans, right? You agree with that, right? So the same way, if you know how an AI system works internally, so if you know the science of prompt engineering, if you know how fine tuning or maybe technologies like RAG or something works, the thing is you will be able to use ChatGPT even better than how you were using it before. So that is one way. And the second thing is that more often than not, many of the solutions, you can see a lot of solutions that are available on internet for various purposes, but it will always involve one or the other customization layer to make it exactly suit for you. So it's very rare that you will find something that will exactly fit your purpose. So having an understanding of how these tools work and basic technical understanding will also help you leverage these tools and be in that 0.1%. So anyone can use ChatGPT or maybe O1 model to get something done. But if you know how to use that API or maybe spin up a simple chatbot with just 5 lines of code, you can probably make more use of it or maybe be better at what you do.
Okay, understood. Uh, Thanks for that. Even I struggle with the API key. Uh, so the second question is, some of these, like, they're available on say YouTube if I search. Uh, Actually, I also came through your channel. Congrats on the 100K subscribers. That's huge.
Yep.
So I see you also have a lot of these agent tutorials.
Mhm.
So if you can, so I've been following it, and uh, I mean, how? So what? I mean, I can refer your YouTube channel also.
Yeah, so one answer that I give is so for whatever topics that you're telling, so go to the Generative AI Bootcamp page.
Hmm.
There are around 20-30 topics mentioned here. I'm pretty sure that for any topic you will find 100 of YouTube videos that are available. So the thing is, there is no dearth of content that is available online. As of today, for anything you will find code, for anything you will find any resources. But the thing that you will be lacking is direction. So let's say if you are a product manager with 5 years of experience and want to learn about something, where do you start? So let's say if you are a technical, let's say 10 years experienced developer who is looking to do something like this, what is the guidance that you need? So that makes a lot of difference. And the second thing is that just because something is available online doesn't mean that people are motivated enough to learn. So the thing is, as of today, also you can just go to any channel and try to learn this. But the thing is, it won't be structured. So with all the topics, let's say all the 6 modules, if you want to learn by yourself, you can do your own research. You can search about the relevant tools, resources. You will probably spend 2-3 months to learn that. And by the end of the day, the thing is that you will know about RAG, but you will still not feel confident. You will know about AI agent, but you will still not know whether it is the let's say best practice or not. So in this course, the aim is that you will get the direction, you will get the most up-to-date resources, and most importantly, the guidance. So those things will be there. And of course, if you are learning with a cohort where you have regular classes, regular video releases, your motivation will also be a lot higher than you just doing that. We generally seem to discount the motivation part, saying that ये तो available है online. But the thing is, it doesn't happen that way. So this course will be a very structured way, which which will help you not overwhelm also. So you just mentioned that you never understood this API keys or concept like that. So if someone is teaching you, or if someone like me is guiding you how to get it and how it works, then you use less cognitive load for smaller things and focus more on things that really matter. Okay, I think thank you everyone for joining the call today. It's been great. Hope you all learned something new, and hope to see you all in our future courses and workshops. So until then, we'll meet you.